on. I'm turning us on. Oh my God, we're live on the internet.
Oh my gosh.
It's happening. We're just having like so much fun here in the preamble that we had to like turn it on.
We said all the funny things we're gonna say. Sorry.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
know
gold
what I'm
left for
saying.
the stream. It's all been spent.
Yep, we might have spent all the gold. Yep, we discussed the similarity between tennis grips and sword grips.
Key grips.
There was, key grips were definitely adjacent to that conversation. There was some deep discussion of tennis games, of which I know little, squash, and then the question I think for the chat is, do you know what a burdocks is?
Question of the day.
Has anyone out there played Gaga before?
Gaga.
Not on
Gaga.
Spotify.
No.
At King.
Not Lady Gaga, not a song, but a game.
Gaga
Yes, I know nothing of this Gaga, but you guys just explained
Great
it.
game.
Very
Apparently
Summer
there's
camp
benches.
classic. Yeah.
There's benches, there's a ball, it's like dodgeball, but you're surrounded by benches. That's so fun when you put it
Unless you're at a fancy
It makes
camp
it sound
which they have a
terrible.
full
that.
court
When you put it that
and
way, it doesn't sound so great.
It's like Summer Camp
okay.
Thunderdome, I guess. That's the sense I'm getting.
It kind of
Yeah.
is. Kinda.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just did that. Although I did get like all of the kids in my class once to play a fake magic fight in the field, and
Ooh.
I got to like
I think that's called LARPing, right?
well
Yeah, it
when
is.
I
That's
was
what I was gonna say.
12, I didn't know what that was, and
But
I
it
was just
was
having a great time, like
FMF,
yelling,
fake magic fight.
"Fireball! You totally got hit! Fall down!"
Fall down.
Their
That's
armor
too good.
class.
Oh my God.
I made a recent press through season 2 of The Mole that I might have watched in like a day and
I've
a
heard a
half
rumor
or
of
something
this.
like that. And
That's very
and-
interesting.
That's
48
pretty-
hours
that's
ago,
pretty
you had seen
interesting.
0
Very
episodes of The Mole.
interesting.
And now you've watched all of it. and
This
then it's
is
on Netflix.
relatively
Hysterical.
interesting.
It is. It seems relatively
Just want to
interesting.
point out, I'm on it. I'm
You're
on it.
it.
I'm
Okay.
15 minutes and 15 2 in.
Oh, so we haven't even
Okay.
started talking about the show yet.
Mo
Or introduced
Patrol.
ourselves, or the show, or done
No,
anything.
sorry, I interrupted Rich's story with my own. Continue.
It wasn't that good of a story. I realized I was getting into spoiler territory and I had to stop immediately, so I was quite grateful for the interruption.
Nice.
Okay.
They're just
Don't make
they're
Josh
just-
rage quit the stream.
I'm not going to make Josh rage quit anything. There just is a bit of a melee battle at one point that
Yes.
made me think about all of this stuff. But nevertheless, I guess, Burdock fights and like fake wizardry. Have any of you ever done any actual LARP stuff? You're talking about LARP, Troy. Have any of you ever actually played in a LARP?
I want to so bad.
Can't
No.
Oh my gosh.
say that I have.
You think you want to more than you do, Taylor.
I
but I did
know.
it like
I
did in
know.
high school, and it got very funny because we were all walking around with cards in our pockets with like our character
Yeah.
sheets in the back pockets, and we had like we were playing Vampire the Masquerade, and so there would very much be like these duels to the death at Subway at like 2:00 in the morning on Franklin Avenue in like Valley Stream, New York, where we're out there like in front of the store pulling out like because you do it with like rock paper scissors, right? You can't like just roll dice everywhere randomly, so there's a whole lot of.
I win at rock paper scissors all
You know,
the time.
I would
though.
hate it.
I do
Well,
like to
that'd be
imagine
great.
them rolling dice though on the pavement, like
Oh,
they're
I
playing like they're
love
playing
that.
craps.
Like play craps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
outside.
Did any of you guys watch the like? It's not. I don't want to say like the terrible LARP series on Geek and Sundry, but it's kind of like the terrible LARP series on Geek and Sundry. I watched
No.
it like twice because it's so bad.
Aw.
But I like for some reason I love it, and it's the stupidest. It's like there's so much like sexist like bullshit and like there's so much stuff. But I was like, this is hysterical. Is this what it's like? Please no.
It's pretty bad. I don't know. I don't think it's universally sexist, but every LARP that
No,
I've like participated in is really
that
like
show.
ridiculous and over the top, and like everybody's trying to be like so badass and
Yeah.
embodying their characters, but there's like strangers everywhere looking at you like,
Stranger danger.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
It's
reminded of the
very
first episode
awkward.
of The Adventure Zone where the McElroys play Dungeons and Dragons, and it basically starts with them saying, "Well, now that LARPing is a thing, D&D is now no longer the least cool nerd thing to do. So like we
Yes.
can do D&D now.
Yes.
So we're going to."
Yes. I've never seen Adventure Zone. Is that like an indictment of me? Do I have to turn in my like cool kid card here or what? I feel like I
No.
should see it.
If you don't like rules, you'll have fun. If you like rules, you'll struggle.
Oh dear.
Mhm.
Because they're fun first.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like bits
mhm.
though? They do a lot of bits.
Oh my
They do
God.
A lot of bits.
They
Like
do
a
a lot
lot
of
of bits.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Hate
I
a
love them
bit.
though. I really
hate
do.
a
I love
bit.
I knew
I
that.
love it.
without
I
Josh.
hate a
He
bit.
hates a bit.
Grapefruit.
That's a bit. That's a bit. It was a bit.
And
Did you say grapefruit or dragon fruit? That's
Oh,
very
it's
confusing.
dragon fruit.
Grapes.
See, dragon fruit is the safe word. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Grape.
Yep.
I'm in my post-tennis haze.
I prefer grapes, but grapefruit.
I think that the like intrigue for LARPing is really like because I secretly like really want to get into cosplay, but know that I don't have the motivation or like the time to do it. But I want to
Such a
so
commitment.
My
Yeah.
friend does it and actually does a lot of like Critical Role cosplays. Like she has a great Percy cosplay and a great Molly cosplay. And like she does her own character and a bunch of different like anime characters. But like she keeps telling me like, oh my gosh, Taylor, like I've been working on this for months. And like the materials and the time. I'm like, oh, but it must be so cool though. It must be so cool.
Then you go-
I'm not gonna rest until there's Dragonfly cosplay.
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
Wow.
I
Who do
want
you
it.
think gets? Is it the Batman? Just like the all.
Well,
purple?
Batman's fairly easy to do. Just like get a bunch of purple shit, like
Yeah,
get
Santa
purple,
beard.
purple paint, Santa
Dude,
beard.
I think
dye
it does look
purple.
like a pirate.
Yeah.
But I do need some leather though.
Yeah.
Waffle cosplay. Come on.
Yeah, the
Waffle
waffle cosplay is going to be
cosplay!
out of this
I
world.
think at
Yeah.
least it sounds like our destiny is Halloween episode in character.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Oh,
Well,
good. Troy.
I was-
Yeah.
All right.
There's a-
I basically dress as Lux with stuff in my
Halfway
closet
there.
right now.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
I was just about to confess that like my issue with cosplay, right, is you put in all this work and all this effort, and then you go and you show up to like a convention or whatever that you're really excited to like see all these people, and then you have to spend all day in this really hot, really
Yeah.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
outfit,
Yeah.
covered in paint that's like sweating
Yeah.
down your face. That was only good for an hour and a half. Like no.
Don't forget to take your pictures before you.
I-
you should take them before
I
you
just
go.
want
Yeah,
armor.
really.
I just want a
Yeah.
set of armor
You
in
don't though.
my closet. I
It's
do.
so hot.
I want to make it.
This girl is driving around with swords in the back seat of her car. I'm like, Taylor, you need to get those out of your vehicle.
Yeah, that's also not great.
They're
just tell them
not
they're
in my
for
vehicle
tennis.
anymore.
If you
Yeah.
My that's like my fake like fighting sword, like my practice sword is in my car, but not my actual sword. My actual sword is now on my bookshelf.
All right, all right.
Excalibur is on my bookshelf actually.
All right, all right. That's something. The cosplay thing, I have great admiration for the people who do it. It seems like such a labor of love, and like there's such intensity, and there's a lot of like crossover between that and like the D&D thing, just in terms of how many different facets there are to the hobby and like the different reasons you might have to get into it. But to Troy's point, it seems like madness to me. You know, I'm just like I'm gonna spend like months agonizingly, painstakingly, meticulously compiling this costume so I can make sure to be like grossly uncomfortable for 10 hours straight.
You can't
Wait
wait
until Kurt
yourself and
finds
it's
out.
tailored to you. It's not necessarily
Yeah.
extremely uncomfortable because it's not,
I
like a
guess.
Halloween store bought thing made out of like polyester and garbage. It's
Mhm.
like something that fits you well, that's like made out of quality materials. And my friends who go to like all the cons, they have like their day outfit and their night outfit and their thing that's comfortable to wear for an hour and their thing that's comfortable to wear 4 days in when you're like tired of running around, but you still want to be like in cosplay. There's strategy to these things.
Yes.
I'm led to understand.
I think much like
Makes
poker,
sense.
the key is selection early on, right? It's like picking the right costume is important. I would much rather cosplay as Keyleth or Grog from Critical Role than as like Percy or Vax, where you're just like layers and
Decked
jackets and like,
Yeah, more and more and more.
Yeah, go wear
yeah.
3 layers at a Renaissance fair in 90-degree weather in August in New York.
I'm
Thank
like, it's hard enough
Every
to
weekend all summer.
it's hard enough to just cosplay as a functioning adult.
Yes, I'm with Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also accurate.
It's really hard.
I
I
mean,
do it
I-
every day.
I am excited for Kurt to have to dress up as a turtle and have to have real bees in his shell. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be pretty tough.
Real.
Yeah.
The winner.
I'm so
Kurt's
excited.
just muted for
He's
3 hours.
gonna recruit. He's gonna recruit people to cosplay as the bees, right? He's gonna have a costume.
Yeah.
Not the bees.
I could see it.
It's gonna be a
Like
swarm,
Kids
the
of the
joyous
Hall
swarm.
sketch.
That is cute.
Stop saying the word swarm. That's 2 nights in a row.
Laura and I are too triggered still.
Too
I
soon.
can't handle it.
Well,
Last night we had a swarm,
That was not a swarm. That was 10 separate
but it was
small
being referred
creatures.
to as a swarm.
Well, that was a misnomer.
I'm not talking about it anymore.
Terrible. I know. I
Oh,
can't.
my
I can't.
so I
do
shouldn't
it.
say a swarm outside. No,
Ah,
it's too. Okay.
no, the pain.
It's actually pretty chilly up here.
This was great. I
Yeah,
gotta go.
It went from 95 to 60.
Josh, it's been have a good game
Next
of
part.
tennis tonight. So, Dungeons and Dragons. We should play that today.
Sure.
We could clearly just hang out for 3 hours, but, does anybody have any questions? Is there any like bookkeeping stuff we should go over?
I leveled up.
between
Have
now
we
and last
rested?
time? You did. You leveled up.
We leveled up.
Are you feeling okay about that?
Yeah,
Bob?
got
but then we
excited.
played. Some of us played last week after that happened. Some of us
That's
are
true.
sitting at less than half of our HP currently.
But Badman is just leveled up. Did you roll your hit points?
Yeah.
Excellent. The hit points have been adjusted. The character sheet's been
Yes.
adjusted.
Yes.
You took your stuff. We did the stat bump, 4th level, or feat. Did we do that?
Yeah, feet.
I think I'm pretty sure I did all mine, but I'm like not 100% sure.
I now have 10 additional feet of movement.
Yeah.
You got a feet
True.
feet.
Yeah, I picked mobile.
Yes.
It's
I'm
really
mobile
good.
now. This seemed, Rich, you were advising that mobile's good with a rogue, right? Because mobile, you increase your speed by 10 feet. The cool thing about a rogue is the cunning action, right? The dash, the disengage or hide. And this basically takes disengage like out of the rotation. You don't really need it, at least as often as before, is my understanding. Because you now, when you dash, or when you move away, you make a melee attack against a creature and you move away, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn. So like theoretically, you move in, you stab, and then you dash away with your bonus action, and you don't need to disengage as part of that because now you can just roll. So that seems like that
Correctamundo.
really fits a rogue, and
Oh,
it
that's
really
sick, yeah.
fits the cowardly badman.
It definitely fits the cowardly Batman.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, that 10 feet of extra movement speed, it stacks on both ends,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's on your actual movement. And then when you use your bonus action to dash away, you got 40 feet of movement again,
Yeah.
right?
Is
So
that dash?
it's clutch.
That dash is just a straight 40 feet, right? With the
Yeah, it's just your movement again,
Yep.
right? And you get to do it as a bonus action rather than having to burn your action on it, right?
Yes.
But yeah, mobile is like clutch. It's good for a lot of like melee classes, any kind of dex-based class. Like mobility is so important in 5th edition. We were talking about Critical Role, but like that PvP from last week, like we'll show you. Mobility is
started
king.
it.
It's everything. Like if you can't move, you can't fight. You know, I like to dodgeball a little bit.
Great.
Gaga.
Gaga,
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah,
cool. So
I
Badman
did-
is square.
I did level up. It just doesn't look like a lot because all I got was my ability score improvement, and that was it.
Okay.
You just raised your
Good.
dex. What did you do?
20.
You raised your stats?
Yeah.
Excellent. 20 dex. And you rolled your hit points?
Yep.
Cool.
My stats are so sad compared to you guys.
It's Asturias does not have great stats.
It's
It's a
really
good thing they're made
tragic.
of stars.
Oh man.
But
And
your
next
stars.
level is the big one because I get my second
20.
attack.
Wow.
What's your stars?
Yeah,
But I'm
it's a good thing.
stars.
You're made of stars.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. So that's the basics. That's the homework. Does anybody have any other questions or anything else we should go over before we get into it?
I do still want to know if I've rested since we killed the octopus.
No. The
Okay.
answer is no.
Okay.
Because when last we left our heroes.
Whoa.
The lot of you, the crew, after your adventures on the Project Mordekaiser, the abandoned space mech that you found en route to this water planet, Cerelia, you had to turn and flee when Vran the Undying, this Ilthalich in his dead Kanduri whale spaceship that seems to be hot on your heels on your journey through the stars, appeared. The lot of you took off. And so after some days' travel, you saw the planet of Cerelia in your sights, a water world. The information you have on it from your orb given to you by your benefactor is old. But you came seeking what was once the capital city, Waroto, and upon closing down within the atmosphere of the planet and navigating towards said capital city, you were attacked by a pair of giant flying creatures, harrowed by a small cloud of like insect-like creatures following them. And so battling them down, you ended up finding where this city should be, ruins and wreckage, naught but some torn metal, broken buildings, and shattered glass projecting up above the waves. And so Lux, piloting the Dragonfly, landed, perching down on the wreckage and the ruin below, and the expeditionary crew set forth. You were attacked by these strange aberrations, small creatures not much taller than 3 or 4 feet, with arms that stretched out near 10 feet long, and they snatched a flying Asturias out of the air, choking them nearly to death, almost killing them, as the professor and Rhea and Jake fell in around them to defend. You managed to fight these creatures off, at which point you noticed a giant octopus had emerged from the water, and Rhea and Jake, leaping to the defense of their friends, killed it mercilessly. And it was not long thereafter that a handsome, kind of blue-skinned man with this kind of whitish hair emerged from the water and revealed that his name was Reich Dranen.
Reese's Dannon.
Yeah.
Correct.
Peanut butter yogurt.
And
Wait, like the yogurt?
yes.
Yeah.
Correct. And that the octopus which you had killed was called Mbenea. He referred to her as the mother of thousands, the teacher of many, and his old friend, a guardian he referred to that helped him protect this place and guard the darkness trapped within. And so you, of course, invited him back to hang out on your ship for tea and a charcuterie board. But unfortunately, the charcuterie board is missing.
Charcuterie? Did we catch a shark?
That's right.
Yes.
I wish.
We did not get
We just have whale.
Nice.
So it's a whale charcuterie board.
We did not
Old,
get that.
aging, gross whale meat.
It's a condutery board.
You really need to
And
stop
so-
talking about the octopus 'cause I'm actually gonna cry about it.
Well, unfortunately, I don't know how we're going to get around.
Might be
Oh,
a
You know what they
conversation
say, oops.
Lux, you have landed the Dragonfly on the wreckage emerging from the water here, lowering the back deck. Badman, you've been on the ship with Lux. It's really not been long. Your friends got off the ship only about 45 minutes ago.
Actually, I was with them the entire time. They just couldn't see me.
Oh my god, you should have helped us, because Asturias almost died, so that would have been
Yeah.
good for you to show us, you
I almost died.
popped
I
out of
didn't-
your hiding spot.
I didn't notice that I was playing with Jeffrey. Jeffrey loves the waves.
Does he love water? Does he
Jeffrey loves water. Very
Whoa.
strange behavior for a cat.
Hey,
Strange.
it's not
So
super
wait,
helpful.
am I here? Are we here?
Yes, the ship has landed. You're able to get out
Oh,
of the
okay,
helm.
great.
I think Jake and Doc. Jake comes like striding in quickly, abandoning his companions, and he's like,
Quickly.
"I'll take the helm." For a slow turtle person, the bees zooming around him. Doc's like, "I'm still working on this compass, eh?" Now I'm making Doc and Rhea. I totally.
Doc has never sounded like that.
Doc has
Also
never
Can-
sounded
also
like
very
that
Canadian.
once.
Guys,
Sorry,
I
Will.
think someone replaced Doc.
It was a Freaky Friday thing between
Yes,
Ray and
yeah,
Doc.
yeah.
I'll play as Doc tonight.
I know what's up, Doc. I'm social with the crew, but I'm almost 100% sure that's not Doc.
That was
I've known
not
Doc my entire life.
Doppelganger.
Why is it?
The Doc will
Gotta fight the
Doppelganger.
the doppelganger.
The Doc.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
just do D&D puns for hours.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
into it.
That pun was waffle. That was.
Doc's like, I'm still working on the astral compass. Jake will take the helm from you, Lux. Badman, you've been with them the whole time.
Just watch it. Just watch it.
Don't worry. It'll be fine.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Jeffrey and I were just swimming.
Swimming. On the ship.
No, just over here in this little alcove here in the little corner of the junk with the ocean. Yeah.
And
Oh, also, this is Rish. He came back
Yes.
for tea.
this is Rish Drennan, I believe is your name, correct?
Indeed, it is. And so the pair of you see this man. He's got like this kind of turquoise skin, this whitish hair. He's wet, right? Water like dripping off him. He's got this kind of gray leather vest around him and these kind of like shark skin pants. He's barefoot. He's very much holding a trident, you know. And he's like, his
Very
eyes are
nice.
what?
I don't know why that killed me, but he's very much holding a trident.
It's very much holding a
much
trident.
so, yeah.
Just to like make sure we're clear on the merman.
It is
energy,
important
you know?
to know that. For sure.
So I think that he's like peering over the ship, his eyes like wide as you're all like kind of standing at the back of it, the ramp having lowered itself. And when you say his name, Professor, he like turns back looking at you, and he sees the badman and kind of like his eyes narrow a little bit, and he's like, yes, well met. I'm
Hi.
Reese Strannon.
The
Hello.
Badman says,
I'm Nicholas. This is Jeffrey.
and he's holding his cat.
Nicholas and Jeffrey.
Yeah.
We appear to have savagely killed his companion.
Yeah, and he's so sad about it, so we don't want to talk about it anymore.
I saw it was brutal.
Yeah, don't. No, it's. We don't need. Things happen. So. Yeah.
You could have
Okay.
reined it in, though.
Are you guys all right?
It's possible you could have talked to this guy first.
Yeah. Yeah. Babe, no.
Violence isn't always the answer.
I had just almost died.
That
I
does
understand
not
you didn't
justify
see
the
that
act.
because you were playing in the water.
No, I saw.
Well, did you see or did you not see?
No, I saw that part.
It sounds very clearly like he saw.
Asturias, just because you cannot see Nicholas does not mean that he cannot see you.
I see everything. I'm the
Dead.
night. I'm the night. I see it all. At night, I see
Yeah,
everything
but I
with
think the
stars.
point is that if he saw them being choked out a bunch, then probably should have came and helped.
You guys were
Yes.
pretty far away. Jeffrey was having a good time.
Can't leave his kid without
What am I supposed to
supervision.
do?
That
Jeffrey
seems
can't-
irresponsible.
Jeffrey loves the water, but he can't swim on his own. I need to hold him up.
Yeah, I know. If you
Like
leave
belly.
your familiar alone, anything could happen to it. So that makes sense to me. So you should always have supervision so that nobody randomly murders it. And
I kind of figured.
I
Just as
see
an
what
axe.
you're trying to do.
mhm.
With due respect, I believe a pet is quite different than a child. No offense, of course.
What are you trying to say?
Well, simply that to refer to Jeffrey as a child is improper and inaccurate.
Badman is quietly
Well-
looking, just staring at the professor, and just goes,
I suppose you have a point. Probably should have come in and helped. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still figuring out what it means to be a team player.
To be fair, you're also the badman.
But sometimes I want to be good. I struggle with it.
We're all learning. So, how do you say your name again? Rich?
Reese.
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 Nicholas, you're not talking to me anymore.
Are you coming with us? Do you like hang out on this planet in these ruins? Like,
I am from the ocean.
yes.
Oh, I'm from the stars.
Oh, I know, Tiefling. I thought you were from Mizire.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that,
Most things can be true.
He looks back to Lux and he's like, I'm in no position to leave, no.
Okay.
I have taken an oath. Was the warden of this place alongside Embanea, but her watch has ended.
Yeah, the badman just kind of like looks over the side and just like whistles, goes,
Super ended.
You say, go
like,
ahead, go ahead.
Of the ruins, or of the what once was the ruin, or not ruins?
Well, there's some messed up people down there.
The pre-ruins.
Indeed, there are. These ruins are what's left of the city of Waroto. It fell 2 centuries ago, when the armies of the Sahagwin rose up and overthrew the Triton dynasties.
How long have you been?
There are very
I'm sorry.
few. How long have I been here?
Yeah.
12 years.
It's not that long.
Well, in a certain sense of the matter, it is, actually. I mean, it depends entirely how long one is to live, doesn't it? How old are you? Have you done anything for 12 years?
I've been alive for a long time. Really long time.
Really?
To tell you too much
fair.
about that would be to share more information than I'm currently comfortable sharing.
Well, how old are you? If you don't mind me
36.
asking.
36.
36, you're like kind of like a child.
It's like a third
A
of his
child?
life.
Are you calling me a child? Yes, thank you. Yes,
Yeah, that
thank
he's
you.
been- yeah.
Yeah, you
Looking
look
over.
great for. I don't.
Seems old to me.
Old? If I am lucky, then I will die in glorious battle before I reach my elder years, but I'm nowhere near old, nor am I a child.
Right.
I am-
No, of course.
I said
I
kind
guess
of
I'm
like.
missing what exactly you're the like. What are you the warden of? And what are you like protecting something?
The ruins of Waroto fell when the Sahagwin army descended over them. There is some dark purpose at their origin which has never been made entirely clear to us. I am shamed to acknowledge that the Triton dynasties were overwhelmed. We were not prepared to defend ourselves for the immensity of their onslaught. In the years afterwards, much is confusing. There are not clear answers, but we are certain that what lairs beneath the city is protecting what remnants of technology, information, and magic they were able to gather at the time. I can tell you that deep below the surface of the waves here is a portal to the Sahagwin kingdoms. They range here and there, and from time to time they send expeditions. So my role here is more that of a watcher than a protector. I'm to report back to the few of my kin that yet endure as to what occurs near the ruins, when the Sahagwin come, when they go, if there are any great movements or exoduses, to ensure that anything that is taken from this place is monitored when it is, that we know what's happening. Our resources are stretched too thin to make any real difference.
Do you have a goal? Like, I mean, I don't.
To endure, to survive.
But
To survive is not enough. To live.
Yeah. Yep.
Indeed, I've argued as much for some years.
It just seems like to just sit here and watch, like, and you can't do anything about it. Why?
Because somebody had to, so I volunteered. But you're right, it is rather fruitless.
No fruit.
We're big fans of kelp.
Yeah.
Haven't tried that flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Speaking
there
of which, the professor has gone to make tea at this point. So
Aww.
Excellent.
are there like funeral traditions on your planet that we could help you with?
She's been returned to the sea. Whatever traditions we kept up in the time before have, well, been cast aside for pragmatism. Death is merely one transition to another state of being, and for that I am grateful.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah.
Last time we were talking, there was a planet, or like a place nearby as well, right? There's a
Chatomi, he
Yeah.
says, that is the remaining trade port to the stars, the great freighters and caravels. The trade from the other worlds comes in and out of Chatomi. He says it's in shadow of what Waroto was once, but it is certainly the greatest gathering of air-breathing surface dwellers you'll find on Cerelia. It's a few hours to the east of here.
And do the things that are down there, I think I might have asked this, do they ever go and attack the people at Taromo?
Most of them do not have the means to travel far across the open water, but they are led by an old foe of mine, a deep scion. He had mentioned this last time.
Yes.
He says that one is an agent of the Sahagwin, and he travels far and wide, rallying forces and groups, war bands, raiders, brigands. They rarely ever strike out at the merchants themselves, but rather at the traders on the world here, those who come up from beneath the waves and transport their goods on ship to Chatomi. Nonetheless, you did offer your aid, and he's like looking at the ship with like great interest, and I think that he's like, I won't lie to you. This technology was lost to us. We have not had the means to travel beyond since our kingdom fell. Perhaps you might be willing to share some of the knowledge that you have.
I mean, yeah, right? Yeah. Of course. I mean...
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
for sure.
right? Like,
Yeah, why not? You know?
I do think the professor returns roughly around when he says, would you like to share your knowledge? And I think maybe having been apart from the conversation for a little bit, he comes in with a little fresh eyes. And so I'd like to do an insight check to see if he picks up on any nefarious intent.
Yeah, sure. Make an insight check.
Would you like to share your knowledge? Is like the professor's summoning words.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, someone wants to learn something. Why?
Yeah.
Oh, I get to drag dice. I forgot that's a thing that I set up. Ooh.
Oh, first roll of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well,
Well, I made good tea.
Professor, what's that look on your face? You just seem like you're God.
Well, if I'm being quite honest, I'm experiencing a form of cramp and spasm in my abdomen that is making it quite difficult to focus. But perhaps if we have a rest, I'll feel better.
A rest would be great.
Yeah.
Quite
Yeah.
literally, Troy literally was having Charlie horse in his abs because he laughed earlier, and I had to stand up and stretch.
Oh no, not that.
It really hurt, which is why I was standing up. But Also,
want me to
Red
cast
could-
Cure Wounds or?
Yeah, right. Seriously. But yeah, Red could use a short rest.
We could take a short rest right here for sure. You guys want to take a short rest as you're going to sit here. And I think Reese will tell you whatever else you want to ask, right? If there's more questions for him. But I think he is, as far as you read, Professor, you don't know what to think about this guy. There's no reason to trust him. You definitely, your friends accidentally killed his friend Octopus, which is heavy. Right. But yeah, I think he does go on to say, I think he would look to Rhea specifically, and he's like, you had offered, perhaps, to journey below and deal with what lies here.
Oh yeah, I feel
It's
real
clear.
bad about the whole day. So whatever we could do to help. That
I think he's like, it's very clear you're all formidable combatants to have traveled so far.
For sure.
through-
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I think
I know.
we have kind of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
fought those gross plasma things when we saw the dead whale. They're all the mites on the ship. That was gross.
Yeah.
There's that one guy threw my purple mind dagger. He blew up into a big cascade of purple mind goo. That was gross.
literally just today, Reggie wrapped a weird pterodactyl bird
Reggie
and made it all
wrapped.
right. Yes.
And I missed it.
Yeah. You missed that part. Yeah. Well, you would have. No, he did it out on the ruins. So I think you did hear it. No.
I did not see you, but that does not mean you did not see me. Perhaps you were
With a
watching
19
from inside.
perception, the Batman says,
Oh yeah, no, I was totally there.
Yeah.
And assuming
yeah.
that Reggie's one insight still applies here, they can go, very good. Then you saw.
Absolutely there for that.
It's weird because I'm also lying and I didn't make
I think Lux casts a detect portal.
Oh.
See if she can
What is that?
feel.
Put it in the chat.
What
Let me
is
see all
that?
this.
To see if she can feel this portal that he was talking about. It's 1 mile.
Within 1 mile.
I don't know if it's far enough,
At the
but
very edge of the 1 mile distance, basically straight beneath you, beneath the surface of the waves, you detect a planar portal.
it's just a normal
This is a
portal.
tough one. It is.
Okay, great.
It's a terrestrial portal. It only
Okay.
connects to somewhere else on this planet, not the far plains.
Well, that's good, I
Um,
guess.
I think we're going to say that you're still able to detect it. I'm going to be a little liberal with this because it's a hyper-specific ability. And so, yeah, I think you do detect that there is a portal, just right at the edge of a mile beneath the surface of the waves.
I think she Lux is quiet for a moment, and then she's like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. I've never actually felt one of those before."
Is it the
I'm
tea?
sorry, what?
Oh, I was just Reesh. I really feel like I'm saying it wrong, but I think I'm saying it right.
You are.
Okay,
Benjamin
Great.
Let's see.
Reesh. You mentioned the portal, and I was just seeing if I could feel it, and I can. Just got
Is that a thing you can do then?
it. Yeah. Yeah. I just I don't really know. Yes, I know where portals are.
Rish, if it's
No.
any consolation, this is news to us, I think, too. So
I
welcome.
I knew that if it's something I can do. Yes. Although
we all
I've
have
never
our thing. We all like our thing. Lux
Yeah.
likes portals. Ray likes turtles.
Why didn't we call this
what do you
portals and
like,
turtles?
Nicholas?
Yeah, I know.
What do I like grapes and Jeffrey.
But that doesn't rhyme with turtle.
It feels like the start of a poem, though.
Is it possible that you like chortles? No.
To go.
Is that some kind of candy? I would try it.
Perhaps it should be. No, it's when one
But
laughs
all
so...
of us
Oh,
are mortals.
never mind.
And then the badman, hearing that, looks away, goes,
Not all of us.
Dun, dun, dun.
Excuse me.
And I think Reese is just like, well, it's clear that you all are quite masterful with your words.
And
I
know
have not
nothing
seen-
about each other.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, I've not seen all of you fight, but if you're as formidable as your friends, then you should be able to manage, well enough to keep yourself alive.
Oh, yes,
But
that
if you're
octopus
willing-
did not have a chance. Oh, I apologize.
Professor.
Professor.
Well,
No, he makes a valuable point, and Benea had defeated many foes and endured long beyond the years expected of her kind. And for you all to dispatch her as quickly and efficiently as you did, it gives me some cause for hope that if you're willing to turn your blades to a cause that would make a difference to me and my people, perhaps her death was not in vain.
There we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
whatever
do
you want.
whatever.
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
you need.
Anything so you're not mad at us anymore.
Yeah, please.
So,
You
what?
guys are able to take a short rest, just to clarify for the professor.
Oh
and
yeah.
for Easton,
Troy
yes.
and I rolled
We've
a
been
fistful of
rolling
hit
it up.
dice.
Arcane
Over here.
recovery. Oh, yeah, we're good.
Really wish somebody
Yeah.
could sing a song of rest, but there's no bards in our party. But
No bards in this group. What were you saying there, Taylor? You had a question?
What specifically, what is our mission other than knowledge that you were asking about? What did you want us to help you with?
Beneath the ruins of Waroto, this broken tower, he says there are some caverns still below there that hold a number of chokers led by this deep scion. If you're willing to plumb the depths and dispatch what you can, it would make a difference. I am but one alone, and my cause is too important for me to throw my life away in battle with these foes.
Yeah.
So you would
Sounds-
prefer us to throw our lives away
yeah.
in battle? Yes?
I don't think we'd be throwing. Right? You didn't mean it like that. Right?
Well,
It appears you did.
I think he says, the GIF is not incorrect in the assessment. Your lives are not tethered to that of my people or our well-being, and so I would not ask you to give them away carelessly, but...
Pardon, one moment, please. You said GIF. It is a GIF Q. Thank you.
Oh, you're one of... Oh,
Yikes.
A minor but important distinction.
I have done my readings. I'm aware. I apologize, Professor.
No harm done. Certainly not as much as we've done.
Yes, that's
Stop
accurate.
bringing it up.
Oh, I'm not going to forget. It really doesn't matter if you keep bringing it up or not. It's
Yeah,
entirely
but
fine.
it makes us feel bad.
Ray, can Ray do like an intimidation check on Reggie to make it like just staring at him to make him stop?
Only if I could roll an insight check to
Yeah.
see if I pick up on what the heck. It's not the best with.
Whoa.
He's not the best with picking
Ooh,
up
Ray
on
is
social
scary.
cues.
It's very intimidating.
Ray is tough.
Yeah, I think he would just be like,
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Well,
And so I think Reese is just like, after like he drinks some of the tea, he's like, the tea is actually quite good. As to the manner of the information, we have remnants, relics, broken bits from before. We have our own means of transport beneath the waves, but well, the ways of traveling beyond the bounds of the world were lost to us. If you could see fit to share some of this with me to bring back to my people, it would make a difference.
You want to like fly?
I mean, sure, right? Like we could go for a spin. It shouldn't be that bad. But just like
Have
a
you
trip.
ever been up in a ship before?
Yeah, you want to just like go for a quick ride? The ship's
I'm the
really
best
cool.
pilot ever.
Yeah, but
Looks very,
Jake's
very
fine right
talented.
now, and he drives so slow. It's so annoying.
I'll do our drive. If
You
we're gonna
want to
go
do
for a
it?
spin.
You want to go for a spin?
He looks like very nervous as he's like looking around, and he's like, I wouldn't say no, I suppose.
All right, come on, let's go. Jake, I'm
mean,
coming.
Can't go very far. You come like riding into like the front. There's just bees everywhere. Doc's like, could you? They're everywhere.
Jake.
They're everywhere.
Yes, you're all very cute. Jake.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right. So I think like Jake like crawls out of the seat. You just gonna take the ship for a joyride? Is that what's happening?
Yes. Oh my gosh, this is
Yeah,
Lex.
cue up the music track from the Neverending Story when they're just like riding on Falcor and ripping through. Da, 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 da. That's what's playing.
Oh,
I think meanwhile, like Reg has not said a word since Rhea like gave the look. He's very aware that she doesn't want him to speak, at least.
Picked up on that one.
And so with that, like we see the like, the camera like pulls away. We see the hatch like close on the back as the ship's like takes up and like pitches away and begins cutting across like the top of the water, right? The like waves like parting beneath you, and you're like zooming up. Lux, why don't you make a vehicles check with your let's say your you could go ahead and use your dex.
Vehicles.
Yeah.
Proficiency in space vehicles.
Yeah, you're proficient in space vehicles.
Not too bad. There's definitely some
17.
drifting happening, some loop-de-loops. Like, the side like angle like against like the cliff. Yeah, there's some good stuff happening.
There are no cliffs, unfortunately.
Well,
topography is very boring as it's just waves everywhere with this bit of ruin. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of like barrel rolling and freaking loop-de-loops, and you're like pitching, and I think in the back Reese is like up near one of like the portholes, like he's like just clinging to the walls, like this is quite well enough. Yes, it's
the entire time Lux is like yelling like, "Woo! Hang on, everybody! We're going for a ride!" He's just like screaming like the entire time.
Yeah, and so we see like the dragonfly just kind of like delightfully dancing through the air, as it were, right? Weaving and bobbing, kind of cutting through the fog banks, twisting all over the place as this Triton like stands in the back, and he's like and I think he's like looking desperately at those of you in the back in the cargo hold, like this is all quite impressive. I wanted to take notes. Was hoping to bring some notes. This is quite a display, though.
Notes on the ship.
Yes, I was hoping perhaps it's a Ziri engine, I think.
Oh, you should talk to Doc. She's the one who knows all the stuff about the engine.
Is she the one flying? Could we tell her to stop flying so I could talk?
No, that's Lux. People confuse them all the time, but Lux is flying the ship. Doc is somewhere with Waffle.
Oh, you should meet Waffle. Wait. Will it be emotional?
And I think Reg kind of looks at Rhea and does like a
Oh gosh. And so I think that after like the ship zooms around for a bit, Lux, like
Yeah.
we've had like your fun out of it. And so like you like stabilize the ship out, And so Reese is just like in the back with all of you, like kind of breathing heavily. There's like this moisture on his face now that is his own perspiration from anxiety rather than the seawater. And I think he's just like looking at all the rest of you like, yes, it's quite an impressive thing. I never thought I'd see something like this.
I think Lux comes like running like back down like, what'd you think? Wasn't that so fun?
Great job, Lux, as usual.
Yes.
Thank you guys. I know.
Yes, that was amazing. Yes.
So yeah, that's what it's like to fly at least. But
That's what we do
yeah, all the time.
all the time. Between adventures, we just fly barrel rolls.
Barrel rolls.
Write that down.
Evasive
Barrel rolls.
Yeah. Maneuvers.
Yeah, did you say evasive maneuvers? We do those.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Write that down.
What else we do? We like bank left, bank right.
Did you write those down?
Write down bank.
Jeez.
Bank is a cool term here.
Yes,
we
yeah,
have
bank.
a ballista, and
Yep.
Asterius like looks pointedly
Defensive
at the professor.
measures.
One time, the professor shot Jake with
yeah.
the ballista.
Don't write that
It was
down.
an accident.
Don't
It was
write
an
that
accident.
Don't write that down. That doesn't need. People don't need to know about turtles being harmed. Get very emotional.
It was very surprising.
Yeah.
Jake almost died.
Yeah.
Oh, does that upset you, Nick?
Well, it's more an observation. I'm just stating fact.
I see.
But you wanted to know about like I like I'm like the pilot. I like not to like drive stuff, but like you want to know like
The engine, the Ziri engine. I've read about them and
yes, the engine.
from the first 5.
Doc, what?
Ziri.
Doc.
Yeah.
Doc. What? No, wait.
What?
What's the
What?
engine? You know? What's
It's a Ziri engine. It's a 6th generation Ziri engine.
Oh, that's right,
Series
Abe.
3.7.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you should write that down.
Yeah, write that down.
How many times am I going to tell you guys this?
Doc, it's all right. It's fine. Don't stress. You're fine.
I'm sorry. If I must ask, you've mentioned multiple times that you've done your reading and you've read books and things. How does one read underwater? I just, my brain cannot get around it.
Waterproof books.
Yes,
Every
it's
page
exactly-
laminated.
I'm not sure exactly what that means, but we make vellum actually from the shells of turtles. No, I was just trying to antagonize you there, Turtle Priest. That we don't actually harm turtles underwater. We are conscientious and thoughtful of all
Yeah,
living
you'd talk to
things.
them first, and then you wouldn't kill them. Yeah, okay.
I think he says so. I've seen your surface books, but there is a certain type of seaweed that we harvest to fabricate paper from, and we use squid ink.
I should very much like to acquire some of this.
I should very much like to eat some of the squid ink.
I think
do much of my reading in the bath.
It's actually not widely known, but our cities are enclosed in air underneath the waves. We much like being in the water, but we are appreciative of being outside of it as well. Though we prefer to be outside of it, underneath it, if that makes sense. It's very reassuring to us. It's
Protective barrier.
Like in a
like
turtle
weighted
shell.
blanket. Actually, it's very much like
Yeah.
yes, being in a turtle shell.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
get that
So you-
so much.
You've
I
been
very much
inside a turtle shell.
Only the one time.
Do you want? Why don't I go? I'll introduce you to Doc. And you guys can chat about the mechanical stuff. But if you want to really know how to you want to know how to fly stuff, I could tell you about a lot of that. So
That is a splendid idea, Lux. I think perhaps we should take our guest here and introduce him to Doc, and they can speak privately, and we may as well.
Yes, of course. And so you're able to walk him up into the cockpit and the bridge, as it were, where Doc is still working to affix this big astral compass that you got from the Mordekaiser into the ship, And so she turns, looking up, and Waffles, with this little blowtorch, flying around, and Reese comes in, oh, well met. And they start, chattering and talking, and, she starts giving them technical stuff. And, yeah, you're able to kind of leave them in the front if you want to head back to your friends.
yeah, have fun.
Okay.
Rhea, I'm terribly sorry. I don't know what I said to... I'm...
Oh, it's just the octopus stuff. We all keep accidentally bringing it up, But yeah, I feel so bad, but
What is one to do? It is well known. There's no sense ignoring the octopus in the room.
No, I mostly want to ignore the octopus. I do want to do that so much, so that it doesn't come up again, and then I don't feel bad.
Very well, I apologize. Yeah. I shall do my best to avoid further mentions of the Mother of Thousands. Now, as to the mission at hand, he would like us to go under the water, or not? I'm quite unclear.
In the grate, no?
Air bubble under the water, I think.
And he had some form of vehicle to transport. It seems terribly unsafe.
The cat. Well, yeah, I think it's generally unsafe.
I mean, we're flying around on a bug through space, so.
But yeah, caverns underneath that thing down there. Right? I think.
Yeah, the basements and the catacombs beneath the ruins
Yeah.
is what he was talking about, right? And then separately, there's a portal down beneath the waves that leads back to the Sahagwin city, and then a couple hours from here is a big trade city.
Yeah.
This is the information you've gotten so far from him about places.
Yes.
It seems to me if we should wish to mend fences, we should do something that would make Master Drennan happy-ish.
Yeah, so let's go take care of some of that stuff down there then. Yeah?
The stuff that choked Asturias. Yeah.
I don't like.
But now we're
You
ready.
said chokers.
Yeah, they're
Which
yeah.
makes sense. I don't like it.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not
that's why we gotta
excited
kill him.
about that.
It was
Sorry,
not
is
Yeah,
this
I know.
Lux or Taylor?
Sorry, I may or may not have just encountered one of those in another timeline. And it was gross.
Yeah,
And I didn't like it.
me neither.
Well, we now know what we are up against.
Right.
And we can be on the alert.
I'll
Perhaps
fly
there
higher this time.
are abilities that could help us. I do not appear to have any, but...
Are we prepared for this?
I don't think I can change. I think I don't have it. I think I have one spell slot left anyway. But I can't. I don't think I can
mean,
change
if you
my
guys
spells.
want to
Rich,
push
you're
for
only
the
on a
long
long
rest,
rest, right?
Oh, I am muted.
Uh,
Sorry.
nope.
If you guys want to push for the long rest, you can, right? There's nothing pressing happening here, so I don't want you to feel trapped. It's up to you guys what you want to do, how you want to do it.
I could sleep. Not that I'll sleep. I'll be up all night, but
We'll sleep. You'll be awake.
I'm always awake.
You must be
'Cause you're
terribly
right.
exhausted from the encounters you've experienced over the last hour since we arrived here.
The swimming was rather rigorous. There's one point Jeffrey said something so funny. I laughed so hard that I cramped in my abs. I had to stand up and walk around.
Jeffrey speaks to
sleep
you
that
on a
off.
regular basis. I'm learning new things.
Yeah, he's actually really funny.
I shall have to speak with
Okay.
him at some point.
So yeah, do you guys you want to go to bed?
I'd certainly be more capable of assisting with some additional rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
same.
mean, well, I don't. It's kind of an emotional day. So maybe just sleep it off and then wake up
Okay.
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll sleep because of the whole murdering someone's familiar octopus, but we'll try. I'll try to go to bed. I'll pray to God and we'll see what he says.
Just we weren't going to bring it up.
I know, but okay. Yeah, you're right, Reggie. Yeah,
Positive thoughts.
yeah. Okay.
Very well, then we shall ask Rish if he'd like to stay on the ship or return, and we will get some rest and go from there.
Rish, we're ready.
Doc.
So yeah, I think he comes heading back. Yes. You're ready?
Well, we will be. We need like a tight 8.
Tight 8.
Yeah,
Hours. 8 hours.
we'll be more capable if we could, use our magic and be full, so we just have to sleep.
Yeah.
It appears our last encounter was, well, we're nearly tapped out.
I think that he's your mechanic has shared a great deal with me already. I will sit and speak with her more. What you all choose to do from here is your own decision to make. If you wish to offer some form of apology and aid to us, I've told you that it would be well received.
Oh yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
your decision.
100%.
Yeah,
to
no,
make.
we're down. We're definitely down.
I will depart once I've gathered what I can and inform my people that travelers have arrived. I will make my way back here when I'm done.
Where are your people?
Yes.
I'd rather not say.
That's fair. Maybe
Can I come?
after
Can I see?
after we do the thing.
I think he points to Lux that feels like
Yeah.
an appropriate time.
Yeah, that feels
I don't
fair.
mean to be... Well, I don't want to give you the wrong impression, but the fact is that we are few in number, and you people are formidable already, as you've proven. I
Cool.
believe what you've told me, but it would be very reckless for me to bring you to them.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It would.
We are few in number also.
Yeah, more of us
You
are
are few
more.
in
Yeah,
number.
but we're not almost going extinct.
Well,
I
I
think
don't
As
know.
far as we know.
Depends. It could happen pretty quick, Lux.
All turns on a
Yeah,
dime.
we're in a
Also,
dark,
if the thing you're worried about is me killing them, I will not do that. I will talk to them.
Talk to them first. It's in the diplomat's handbook. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
taught me
Use
that.
your
I have a
words.
pamphlet. I also have another pamphlet if you want to see that later. And I just was wondering, how do you sleep? Sorry, I know this off top, but do you sleep in the water on a bed?
Waterbed.
Sorry,
The waterbed.
Sorry, you don't have to answer that now. It's
Most-
fine. Sometimes I just say, it's fine.
I'm most comfortable sleeping caught up in the drift of the tides, to be honest with you. I spent my adolescent years in a bed in the air-domed city, the turtle shell type device that we discussed already, but it's
I
very
thought you had a turtle bed.
comforting and
I was going
refreshing to be.
We would have to definitely go to where your people.
So do you just if you fall asleep in the currents, you just kind of end up in the middle of nowhere, not knowing where you are? No, when you wake up.
Oh no, I pick very particular currents to sleep in, and I place myself.
You have like
in very
sleeping
specific
currents?
Badman keeps hearing the word currants and thinks they're saying currants, and he is getting really hungry for more fruits.
spots.
That's so cool.
But Growth is not voicing this out loud.
Reggie, write this down. Write all this down.
Got it. Noted.
He's just vibrating with purple energy, like currants.
Currents.
One last question for me, if I may. You mentioned an old foe, a choker, a deep scion. Did they have a name?
I don't know its name. If it has one, I don't know if such creatures are given appellations by their leaders amongst the Sahagwin. I can tell you that they're dangerous. They have formidable mental powers, some type of conduit. It's like they can speak as quickly as they think to those who send them out.
Great. Well, yeah, let's go to sleep thinking about that.
Yes, it's actually a terrible nightmare. It has a horrific shriek which can lock you right in place. It will freeze your heart as it beats in its chest and your muscles rigid.
Do you do an impression?
Oh my god, I
Like
have
that,
a
but it's
turtle
actually-
thing I need to show you, and I take the turtle thing that we got, and I let it just do its thing, and it does.
Yeah, Rhea breaks out this little mechanical turtle that sticks its heads out. It has the dying shriek of one of the high ogres. Costas, the high ogre from Malpieti Prime. It's much more violent than the sound that Reese made. It's terrible. Echoing through the ship. I think you hear Jake like, "Oh, him again?" Okay, and so you guys could fall back. You all could take short long rests if you wish for the night.
So glad we did that short rest. So glad we did.
Sorry.
Listen,
But this
you
is
never
actually
know.
much better.
We had
This is much
Always
better.
rest when you can rest.
I am
Yeah.
not complaining.
Take your
I'm just
healing when
following
you can
your
take your
lead.
healing.
When the DM is being kind to you, you accept it. You
And
say,
get nervous.
Thank you.
Get nervous.
Get
Get nervous for sure.
Get
So are
nervous.
foes.
Just follow your guys' lead. So you're all able to sleep. I don't know that everybody does. I think that Reese would sit with Doc for a few hours, taking notes as best he can, and he stuffs these parchments up into a scroll tube, requesting to exit at some point not long after you all go to sleep, where he makes his way out of the ship across the ruins and slips back beneath the waves, right?
Can we have made means of contacting or otherwise reconnecting with Reese after we're done?
Sure. He told you he's going to make his way back here. And so, what would you have wanted to do? You say, we'll meet in a day?
Yeah, we'll go with that. If that seems reasonable to him, then that seems reasonable to us.
Reasonable.
He says, he
Hey,
will definitely be able to get back here within the day. He'll meet you here in a day's time. But with that, all of you rest. You're able to wake up fully refreshed, recharged. You can get your spells.
The Badman's going to spend some of this time back in the water with Jeffrey, just doing laps.
Yeah. Jeffrey really
Jeffrey,
likes the water.
slow down. You're so fast. Jeffrey,
Jeffrey's carving along.
Jeffrey, come on.
It's kinda
Wait. Wait. I'm not good at swimming. Jeffrey.
Jeffrey he loves it. The waves are lapping up around him. Luckily, no giant octopuses come up and try to get Jeffrey. You have a pretty, uneventful time of it.
I think at one point we do back floats alongside each other, Jeffrey and I. Where's it?
God, this is the life, isn't it, Jeffrey? Supposed to show you the world, Jeffrey. Doing things for you, Jeffrey, that stupid Geordie never could have done, right, Jeffrey? Do you miss Geordie, Jeffrey? Me neither.
Jordy. Very conversational cat.
Jeffrey's clever.
Yeah.
He's smarter than your average cat that's vomited out of a purple man's stomach. So,
Great.
you guys take your rest. It's 8 hours later. You're able to change up your spell memorizations, the three of you, with your many spells.
Working on it.
You tell me.
So
I
many
hate this
spells.
part.
Cantrip formulas.
Okay. I think I can
Continue. We'll get there.
No problem. No problem.
multitasking.
I feel like Lux is like a rooster in the morning. And
Yes.
she like every morning she gets up and is like, "Good morning, everyone." Like you know in Hook when they like yell like "Good night, Neverland."
Mhm.
That's like Lux, but in the morning and probably also at night. She's just yelling "Good morning" to everybody.
Yeah, I think Reg when Reginald encounters, Reginald is a fan of Lux, but maybe not in the mornings.
Yeah.
And I think it's very much a like, I have not yet had my tea. I was in a space of relaxation. Good morning.
Yeah.
In another
Yeah.
universe, a different Josh Wigler character is
Yeah, very happy.
Good morning.
Echoing
it's-
back across
it's
the plains.
My level plus my spell casting modifier is how many spells I can prepare, right?
Indeed it is, Star
I thought
Druid.
so.
Yep.
Okay.
I always forget that.
I know. It's like,
I
okay,
always
do I
have to
have the
look it
right
up.
amount clicked? Yeah, I think I do.
Count the
I
little
think I
red
do.
dots.
Okay. Yep.
We are under the impression that this place that we are going is the cave, or it's like a cave type structure underneath the
It's like the
island.
basements of these buildings. Yeah, you
Okay.
expect it to be some type of like caves, tunnels, you know.
Okay, so not underwater.
Nope. The portal itself is underwater
Got it.
should you choose to descend there.
Got it. Okay. Okay. What could possibly go wrong?
No, I couldn't imagine.
Absolutely everything.
Great.
Cool. So, I think that yeah, with the dawn, or it's actually probably, when did you guys get here? I think it was like afternoon. It's probably like night as you're all waking up and like preparing to disembark again. Jake and Doc will like hang back. Jake's like, I feel like I better stay in case those folks come back. Wouldn't
Yeah.
want anything to happen to Waffle. And Doc.
Ah. Yes. Both are important. I would say be careful, but I imagine that's how everyone is these days.
Yes, well, we are on a different planet. You know?
Yeah.
Seems dangerous. That's very funny, Zed. Okay, so you guys tell me when you're ready.
We're ready.
Yeah.
You feeling ready? Okay. So the lot of you like disembark, walking across these ruins. I think that you can see the stars, the clouds having parted a bit as night fell. There's like a mist kind of like hanging, a bit of a fog clinging over the rubble and the ruins. You have to step carefully on this moist, slick metal, the like rubble of it all over the place. And you make your way to like the shattered tower that has kind of collapsed over this central area, the broken stained glass amidst the ground where this grating is underneath the building. And so the grating is still affixed pretty firmly into place. What would you guys like to do?
Well, looks like we need to somehow get this thing off of here. Any ideas?
Indeed it does.
The grates, yeah.
I mean, I can try and pull it, but I'm not very strong.
Yeah, can we try pulling it?
Teamwork.
You sure can.
Imagine.
You absolutely can. Who's trying to pull it? You gonna try to pull it, Lux? You?
Yeah,
Team effort.
sure. Why
Can I
not?
help?
Yeah, can I help?
I cast
Absolutely. Somebody can
guidance?
help.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. You want to talk about growth? Yes.
Yeah,
Somebody
Asturias
can
is
help
just gonna
Lux.
float like 5 feet, well, like 10 feet. They're way too close to the grate. Like 10 feet over the grate and like direct, you know?
Yes.
This is the first
so-
things Rasklin ever did, so it feels evocative.
Feels very on brand. Asturias cast guidance on you, Lux. You have a D4 to add to the roll. Ray is going to help you. That'll give you advantage. Badman, like, you're getting in there to help a little bit, but fundamentally she can only get advantage once. So make an athletics check with advantage plus a 1.
Reginald's going to supervise.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Badman's gonna say he's gonna help, but he's not actually really doing anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa, Taylor!
Yeah, Lux is like,
Like, mwah, mwah. Oh. I can't do it, you guys. I can't do it. Wow, that was hard. Ow.
she can't do it. She's not very strong.
Can the Badman roll up with all of his -2 athletics check?
Yes.
-2.
Mhm.
I will
Perhaps
cast
Reginald
guidance.
could assist with that in some way.
Mhm.
Can we maybe do like a how's the Badman gonna attempting to do this?
I think he's gonna roll. We're trying to pull up the grate, is what we're.
Yeah.
Is it an up or is it like a toward thing or a push?
I think you're trying to rip it out of the ground. I
Yeah.
want you to imagine like
Like
a grate seated in the ground on the floor.
All right.
So however you want to
I
get
think-
it out. If you're just trying to bend bars.
So I
or-
think like the Badman is the Badman is going to he's going to produce. By now, you know the Badman has like these like purple glowy blades that he's able to like shoot out of his hands and toss into his enemies. But you're going to see he's going to produce something that is slightly different, still blades but smaller, slenderer, as he is going to produce psychic thieves tools, Rich, to try and work this this grate open.
Very, very doable. And so, like, you do see there is like a locking mechanism over on the side of it, right? And so these psychic tools like appear, and you begin like mucking with the lock. So I'm gonna have you make a thieves tools check. It's in your tool proficiencies underneath your skills there on the left. Go ahead and use your dexterity modifier for the roll. It's gonna ask which stat.
Okay.
And don't forget you have your weird
I know it.
psionic dice.
I know I do.
Okay.
Don't need them.
Yeah.
Oh,
24. And so, the Badman didn't actually do any help wrenching this thing up out of the ground. But I think as Lux is like, can't do it, guys, can't do it. We see these thieves' tools appear, and the Badman's like, and within 20 or 30 seconds, there's this like, as you hear like the lock come loose. And so if you just now try to lift, it's like, it's still got some resistance as this thing's been closed for a very long time and is rusty and rusted, but like it starts moving very clearly. And between the lot of you like pulling and heaving and guidancing on it, you're able to kind of like get it to where like it's open. It sits perpendicular to the ground, the opening revealed. And so similar to the insides of the Mordekaiser, there is ladder rungs leading down. These steel ladder rungs into the side of a stone wall. Moisture clinging to everything. This like kind of warm, moist air wafting up out of there.
Reggie, I
Reginald?
can't see. Could you,
Yeah, I
do
can.
that,
yeah. I'll remove the
That thing you do.
the decoder wheel and pop off the back, and the continual flame appears, and then I'll wrap it around my top button so that it kind of shines out just under the bow tie.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
And then he will also immediately regret no longer having prestidigitation while entering a swampy atmosphere.
Oh no.
Yep. Don't blame him. Don't blame him. What? Okay, so as the professor like emerges this continual flame, and the light like spreads down into the tunnel, you could see about like 20 feet below you is stone ground. So what's the order, right? Is it going into this tunnel? How are you guys going to go in? Who's first?
Not me.
I'll go in.
Yeah, no one thought it was you.
Never me.
I'll go in first.
Lux can't
Rhea's
really
first.
see, but she'll like probably be up at the front anyway.
I'll go last in case Anderson has a deal.
I get that reference.
I do not. But I do think Reginald would be somewhere close to the front, seeing as how he is providing much of the light.
Source.
Yeah.
Okay.
Asturias can see in the dark and Asturias can fly. So Asturias can go wherever. Asturias can be literally on top of half the group.
While he lacks prestidigitation, Reginald is going to, whilst going down the ladder, cast Shape Water cantrip and remove any moisture from the ladder rungs below us.
Nice.
Oh, amazing.
Remove the chance of slippage.
Yes.
Amazing.
Don't like slippage.
OSHA would be proud.
So with that, Rhea, you like feel the moisture like suck right up off the rungs between your fingers as you start climbing down.
Oh my God! Don't worry, they're magic. When you touch them, the water goes away. So don't worry. Yeah, it's amazing. It's so good. Yeah.
So with that, Rhea heads down first, Lux behind, the professor afterwards, followed by Asturias and the Badman holding up the rear.
I would guess Asturias, you're like flying at the top of the group. So am I in front of you? Does that make sense? Like most, like just like physically, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oops. There we go. That's better. And so
Love
with
it
that,
when the
a lot
DM
of
says
you.
oops.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you gotta love that. You gotta love that.
I heard
love
a
it when the
roll
DM
and I think it
and
was a secret.
And I don't see anything. Oops, you
like-
died.
Yeah.
Oops.
I do. I like the part when the DM says oops.
Whoopsie daisy. With that, yes, the lot of you descend. Ultimately, at the bottom, what you find here, Rhea, there's like a twisting kind of hallway leading forward. There appears to be like a metal grate along the wall on one side, and there's like a few inches of water kind of running through this cavern that's like trickling through the grate down at the base of the floor, but the tunnel leads its way out to your left. And I think that we hear the like perpetual sounds of water dripping, the like whoop, bloop, 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 and the lapping of the waves up above you on the surface is like heavily diminished, but there is this sort of persistent sound, right? This kind of rhythmic thumping coming from up above. So,
Left.
I shall place you on this map.
Oh boy.
Should we just keep going?
Let's just keep going. I do.
And so yeah, as you're like making the way, Rhea, the light of like Reginald's kind of continual flame projecting out in front of you into this space, you get to the edge of this hallway, and you could see what was clearly once like a square kind of like cut like man-made, person-made stone chamber. Now it's clear like there's a great deal of like destruction in the place. The water running through it has eroded a lot of the floor, though most of the tiles still stay in place. There's like this break in front of you where water is in like the lower portion, but up above there's like kind of like a 3-foot rise to like this second tier, right? And you could see like it looks like the water has like blown out the wall leading up into the north, but out in front of you like spreads out this kind of rectangular shaped room in the space.
Do Hmm. Okay. Can I see? There's nothing in it, so I can't see anything. Anybody? Like no traps.
Why don't you go ahead and make a perception check? What are you looking for? You're like just scanning around the room. Are you looking for traps?
I definitely want to look for traps. Yeah.
Make an investigation check as you're gonna like scan the area right in front of you to see if there's any clear traps.
And I will use guidance on myself.
Excellent. Good call.
Because I'm
Pray to Clancy.
not.
Nice.
I don't need it.
Not bad.
Well, just in case, you know.
Yeah, it can't hurt.
Just a 1d4.
It may make you roll the d4. Yeah, sorry. 2. That's an 18. As you're like peering around in front of you, it seems pretty clear that there's no traps in front of you. As you look up, you could see that there's a whole series of stalactites hanging off the ceiling, which like strikes you as strange because the room, like, again, appears to be manufactured. Like, it's clear that the walls to the edges of you were like made, right? This tunnel leading behind you seems to have been like blown out by years of like water flowing through it, and the water moving through the space has like damaged it pretty badly. But yeah, you don't see any traps, that's for certain. And other than like the sounds of like water kind of falling like everywhere, the perpetual kind of drips and drops, you don't hear the sounds of any like movement or anything in here.
Just these tights.
Yep.
Yes.
Tights. They're hanging tight to the
Yeah,
ceiling.
hang on tight.
Hang on tight. Yeah, that's good.
Stalagmite, you might trip on.
Hangs on might.
Rhea, are you aware
Yeah.
of the difference between a stalactite and a stalagmite?
I almost
really
just went
quite
into.
marvelous.
I almost just went. I was like, I know, but if you could explain it for everybody else, but that's not real. No, I have no idea what those are.
Oh my gosh.
Well, good to know.
Are they dangerous? Could they fall down? Because
Oh, very much so.
should we? Can I like try to walk in a way where I'm not underneath any of them?
Yes, you could. Yes, you could try to walk in that specific way.
I could try.
Yeah. So you see Rhea like step out into the room, and it's clear that there's one like in this space directly in front of you. Here, we'll give you a couple of these. How about? There's one like there. There's one like there. There's one like there. Right?
Little baby one right there.
Nope, there's not a little baby one.
When a mommy and a
There's a
daddy's
hand-
leg tight.
There's a handful of them.
Uh-huh.
So as you get to here, Rhea, I'm going to say everybody pause for a second.
Yeah.
Asturias, you are flying.
I am.
It's at this point that like you're moving along. The professor's light is kind of like radiating out into the room 40 feet from him. You guys are like looking around you. Badman, Asturias, you guys have better vision down here than all your allies. And I think the pair of you like glancing up at the ceiling as you watching like Rhea is staring upwards, moving around, like avoiding these things. I think we see one of the stalactites like it like turns,
No.
like glancing at her and starts to be like it's like shuffling
Ew.
across
that
the
sound?
ceiling to kind of
Anyone
like
hear that, like,
reach
Josh,
in.
I'm picturing those icicles
Yes.
from Mount Gaia.
I know. Triggering.
Oh, yeah.
Triggering.
I hate them.
With all the bats.
Yes.
So dumb.
I remember those
I know they're
icicles.
very.
With that, I will say to you, my friends,
Don't. But try to. Don't. No.
try to don't
Try
say
to-
it. Try to
no.
don't try to
Try to
don't.
very much no.
What I will
no.
say to you, my friends, rather than saying the thing that Josh has requested I don't say, what I will say is that you all like kind of hear this like sound from the ceiling. So you look up and you realize like oh shit, as one of these stalactites opens what appears to be a concentric ring of eyes wrapped around its head as it's like peering down at the lot of you. And it starts to like release itself to drop.
Yeah,
I
So I
like
didn't
that.
say it.
No,
Remind me again why we're on this quest.
Okay,
because I killed the
say
octopus.
this looks kind
Accidental
of like an
murder.
octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's-
really hope
it
these
does.
guys aren't Rish's friends too.
Careful.
We're gonna have
Try
a
and
lot of
trap
these.
one, and we'll keep it alive, and we'll bring it back to Rish. Say, hey, we replaced your octopus.
This was the only one we found. We definitely didn't kill any
I
others.
don't really want to know why they're called dark mantles. I really
You
don't.
one does not. You do not. You really don't.
I really don't.
Yep.
It's no boy,
Yep.
no. Oh, 3.
That's,
Oh no. Oh no.
Horrific looking.
Nice dexterity. Dark Mantles beat you up by 1.
Oh, we got Olo in the chat.
Or 5. Who's in the chat?
Olo.
What up?
Olo.
Olo.
Hello, Olo.
Olo.
John.
We love Dark Mantles, Olo. Badman. I didn't say the thing.
Say
but
it.
you may act
No,
first.
say it. Make it a fish.
Make it a
I
fish.
think it's time to roll
No, they're
initiative.
Dark Mantles. You can't make them
Yeah.
fish.
They're not a
make it a
fish. The
fish.
fish are
They're not a
outside.
I'm
The fish are
familiar with
outside.
fish.
Make it a
The Dark
cephalopod.
Mantles have begun moving, and it's clear they're trying to position over your allies who've walked into the room. But you are the knight, and you may act first.
Yeah.
I am. That's right. I am the knight.
The badman shall. Let's take this for a test drive. The badman shall rush in. The badman shall fly over the professor, leap over the professor, bob and weave. Ha ha! He's gonna climb up to this spot here if that's doable,
Mm-hmm.
and is going to produce psychic blades and say,
I really hope you're not Rish's friend.
and he's going to start stabbing at this squid that he is currently flanking now. Let's.
It's still attached to the ceiling, so you have to throw them. But yeah, go for
Is
it.
that with advantage or no? Are we not flanking it then?
You're not flanking it because it hasn't fallen yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Like it's still clinging to the roof, so you could hold
No,
your action
yeah.
for it to fall. Yeah.
Here's what I will do then. I'm going back, so I'm taking this back. Let me see if I understand something that I've got on here. Steady aim.
Mm-hmm.
As a bonus action, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll on the current turn. So I use this as a bonus action now, and I can attack with advantage in this.
And then
moment.
you make a single range attack with advantage. Yep, and that'll grant you sneak attack because you're attacking with advantage.
This is what we shall do then. We shall do that. So I am giving myself advantage as I am attacking that same one.
Tasha's love for all you rogues out there. Steady aim. It's ridiculously OP. If you're not using it, you are overlooking something very
Okay, so 22.
22 hits. The psychic blade launches out of your hand, plunging into this gross squid stalactite for 9 psychic plus sneak attack.
For 7 additional.
Yep.
Do I have an offhand or no? Because I bonused.
No, because you just burned
Great.
your bonus
Cool.
action on that. So you still have your movement, technically, if you want to move and reposition.
With my movement, I think this is probably truer to the badman than what I was going to do because I was very excited about my mobile and I wanted to give that a shot. He's going, oh shit! And he just like kind of like wings a psychic blade up at the ceiling, then backs up like this way.
Yeah. Shuffling.
Like not going too far, but just
into
like
the
stumbling
hallway.
back. Like, oh god!
Yeah.
Slimy, scary thing.
Lux and Rhea. The psychic blade comes like surging out. You hear the badman's feet as he like darts back into the tunnel from whence you came. Rhea, you realize as like you're peering up, you hear a sound from like the wall immediately behind you, and I think your head snaps around and you see in like this crack at the base of the floor. It's like there's a door in the wall behind you.
I see that.
Seemed...
Oh, I'm so tall. I didn't know I could see so far down. That's good.
Yeah. You see the base of the floor, and underneath it is like this flattened out, like it looks almost like green dough as it's like emerging up from out of there, and suddenly a hand manifests as you recognize it as a green, like many-toothed hand, like one of the chokers. And the arms like come snapping up from underneath. I think one grabs at you and one grabs at Lux next to you. Oops, I have it set on whisper. What's your AC, Rhea? I hit 18.
It is 18.
Lux.
Yeah.
Okay, so that gets you. Lux, what about you?
Yeah, 16.
17 gets you? Okay, just enough. Rhea, you take 10 points of damage, 6 bludgeoning, 4 piercing, as one of these hands shoots up from underneath the wall, grabbing you and just like pulling you back against the wall, right? Lux, same deal. You take 10 points of damage, 7 bludgeoning, 3 piercing, as the second arm like grabs around your leg and begins like pulling you back towards the wall. That was its turn on 20.4. And, oh gosh, I think it's at this point that a second one comes like darting out from around the corner over here. You hear like, and as it like pops its head around the corner, like this maw of teeth opening up towards you. 2 arms shoot out. I think one for Reggie and one for Asturias.
Not again.
They're horrible, right? Reggie, 19. Does that hit you?
Reginald will cast shield, so it does not.
Okay, excellent. The hand like flattening out against the force shield. Asturias, 15.
Yeah, their armor class is trash.
Asturias, you take 10 points of piercing damage and you're grappled.
Yeah, of course I am.
Because they suck. And yeah, it's going to proceed to use its aberrant quickness and take an extra action at the end of its turn. So it's going to like attack again. It tries to like grab at you again, Reginald, not realizing that this shield is like so problematic. 15, no dice.
No dice.
And then the hand like just squeezes on you, Asturias, like twisting and grinding into you to try to like really hurt you badly. 16?
Yeah.
Sorry. This is brutal. Asturias, you take another 9 points of piercing damage
Sure,
and
why
remain
not?
grappled. That's the chokers. Lux, you're up on 18.
Okay. The choker that's holding me, can I can't see it, but it's grabbing me?
Yeah, the arms are like coming up from under the door frame and like it's holding you.
Yeah.
The arm is like reaching out, holding you.
So if I like hit it, would it like, does it have cover or like, can I?
It's basically got partial cover. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a bonus to its armor class because it's behind that door.
That's poop.
Yeah, it is.
I guess
Lux declares.
seeing that it'll be more difficult. Dang.
And these stalactites are like all positioned
I
on the
know.
ceiling. They're
It's gonna like
crawling towards
crawl over me and try to jump on my head, and I don't want to think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
How far up is it? Like, can I reach it?
you. 20 feet.
20 feet.
The ceiling, yeah.
Yes.
It's not like huge, but like
Yeah, I mean, I
it's
can't like.
probably a little closer to like 17, but yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess I could use my bow on it, though.
You can.
Great. I think I'll do
Your bow attacks will be at disadvantage because you're in melee combat.
God.
I know, it's a total pain in
I
the ass.
hate that rule so much.
Oh, it makes
It's a total pain in the
sense,
ass.
though, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. I think, even though it's a disadvantage.
Okay, what are you shooting at?
First bonus action, planar warrior, and shooting at the one that's like near the thing on the dark mantle on the ceiling.
That's just above you.
Yes.
Okay. John in the chat, we need some acid to round this all out. 14 hits.
Too soon.
Too soon, says Josh. Holy crap, that's 12
There we
points
go.
of damage plus Planar Warrior's 16. So as this like arm is grabbing at you, you manage to like point up and like it's pulling you, yanking you around, like making it really hard to aim, but you fire the arrow off, catching this dark mantle that just lets out this like as it like detaches from the ceiling, like hitting the ground dead and destroyed.
Sick.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
your
That's
first
it.
attack. That's all you got. Your
I don't
fourth
have
level.
a second one yet. I'm not level
Yeah,
5,
you're right. Who
unfortunately.
made you guys so low and sent you into space? Asturias, you're up on 17.
Okay. So I'm grappled.
The
Am I
seriousness of this.
am
Okay,
I
so
am I in melee combat with this thing?
unfortunately, because it has reach, you are technically in melee combat with it. Yes.
Annoying.
I know, it's really annoying.
Yeah. Terrible.
Okay, hang
Let
on.
me double check. I just looked at this the other day, and range attacks, like when you're not within 5 feet, might be a little bit
'Cause
tricky.
The
I don't
language
have
is
the
so
reach.
silly. It's like, yeah, it's like if you have disadvantage if there's a creature within 5 feet of you.
Yes.
Is basically what it says. And so then there's this whole confusing thing whether like if it has a reach of 10, is it within which? Yeah, I say
It's
no.
not within
It's not.
5 feet. That's
Right.
the thing. It's not within 5 feet of them. I just want to like double check
Piece of
myself.
it
I did
is.
just read this. It's not though. Like it's not.
I want to cast Ice Knife is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. You would.
You would.
Yeah, I would want to cast Ice Knife.
It's a good choice. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
would. I would want to do that. Yup. Range attacks. Yup. Range attacks in close combat. Yeah, it is just 5 feet. So you're cool. You can take the attack without disadvantage.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Unfortunately, Lux like
yeah,
is
I
within
am.
5 feet of this opponent. That's like right on the other side of the wall. It's a weird technicality.
Wait.
but it's relevant.
No, I'm not shooting at that one.
I know.
No,
I know.
no,
I'm
he's
just
referring
talking
to,
about
like,
the
my
distinction between the two.
disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I can't even see what's going on over there because of the dynamic lighting. You knocked
Tell us
me
how you really
back
feel.
20 of my hit points and you grappled me, and now I am trying to.
Feeling a little
Okay.
feisty.
Okay, so Asturias is going to, yes, gather stars into their hand and cast their ice knife at. I mean, I guess these two are kind of on top of each other, so it doesn't super. Well, one will take the piercing damage, and then they both make the dex saves for the cold. So we'll shoot it at the guy that's grappling me. Can I
Okay.
make a dex save? How do I stop being grappled?
How do you stop being grappled? You have to spend your action to try to escape with either a dex check or a strength check, either acrobatics or athletics DC 15.
Oh, I'm not Rasklin. Never mind. I was like, oh, sure, no problem. But I don't have a +9 to my acrobatics right now. So I think I'm going to ignore that issue and just go with my ice knife.
Go for it.
That's the other way you can be ungrappled, by killing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a great
Or
technique.
just
Yeah.
ignore it. You just ignore
Yeah.
the grapple and it goes away, right?
No, you kill the
Somebody
creature that's
told me.
grappling you, and then they'll duck. And you're
If it'll
ungrappled.
go. What's happening here?
I don't know. If you
If
click,
you click the
name
name of the
rather than
spell
the bubble,
as opposed to the
it should-
bubble.
Yep.
I am.
Are you checking
It's
in,
asking
like,
you for a level.
in the
It's
like the
not.
proper Roll20 screen outside of the character sheet?
Yes.
Oh yeah, if you have the character sheet popped out, it'll be in the proper thing.
I know.
Do you? I can't.
Yes.
No, okay, I didn't.
Have you
know.
tried other things that you know how to do? Do you want us to?
Yeah. Yeah,
Keep
do you want
asking
us to
you?
explain a bunch of things
Yeah.
you're already
Let
familiar
me
with?
see
Because
if
we
I
could
can
do
click-
that.
I'm clicking it in my spell list. Let me see if I can click it in my attack. If I click into my
It should
attacks,
work.
that's just gonna roll damage.
It's going to ask. It's going to make the attack roll. It should
Okay.
make the attack roll, and then it's going to ask you what level. There it
There
is.
we go. There we go.
24 hits.
Yeah, it does.
And now when you roll damage, it's going to prompt what level.
No, it's not.
Okay. Good for you. So I'm making saving throws for these guys. Oh no, we don't want that.
Yeah,
Don't show that on the stream. Yeah.
Is
So
the
the guy who grappled me takes the 6 piercing damage from my starry ice knife.
is the dark mantle down on the ground now next to the choker?
It's still up in the air. No, it is still up in the air. So it's a good point. What's the range? It's 5 foot radius. So it's not going to hit the one up in the air, Zed.
Oh, well, that's rude.
I'm sorry.
That's rude.
I
It's a
was
good
I was
point.
asking for my own knowledge, not to try and undo your spell.
Uh-huh.
It still does explode.
Yeah.
The shard of ice drives into this choker and just like erupts from inside of it, and the choker is obliterated for 14 points of damage. It dies, dropping its grasp of
Wait,
you.
no, it made it save.
Oh, it did make it save. What am I
Yeah.
doing here? So it only takes 10. It's still up.
It only takes 6.
No, it takes half on the cold damage, doesn't it?
Oh, does it?
I think
Let's
so.
see. I dropped it in the chat like 6 times. Let's see what it
I know.
says.
Oh, no, it does.
No.
It's just it's
No.
the whole thing. You're right. Yep.
So I accomplished about 1/4 of the things I was trying to do, and probably
Yep, but
would
it
have
was
made
still
a different
very
choice
useful.
if I had understood that it wasn't going to hit both. of
Yeah,
them.
but you
Oh,
saw what you could have done, which was
That was a
kill
pretty
it.
cool alternate reality.
Yeah, 2 minutes
Does
into the
it
future.
take any damage?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It does.
takes
It takes the 6 piercing
the
damages.
one
It's like
thing takes 6
blasted.
piercing damage. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I think that the thing that happens is like the ice shard like rips through it, shattering on the back wall, and it like drops down. Its body is like boneless, right? It like is like contorting in all these like impossible ways, and the ice explodes around it to no avail. I'm sorry, Asturias, that was a whole lot to do for your action. You still have a bonus action, and you are being grappled.
Yeah, well, I might as well be grappled stars, so I guess I'll turn into my starry archer for next time.
Okay. Great. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for helping me. I'm keeping track of too many things. Professor, you're up on 12.
Yeah, I think witnessing this, the professor would just kind of look over at Asturias and this again, and flips over his flaming sphere thing with like the fire almost like in his hand, but not burning it, right? And then reaches and turns and pulls out the diamond and like goes to like extend it to cast a chromatic orb, but then realizes that it's caught on his button and it like kind of yanks him forward for a second. And he just like, okay, and casts a chromatic orb at the choker.
He's like angling his whole body to kind of get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing that it has taken damage, it will just be first level.
Oh, yeah. 20 hits.
First level.
What kind of elemental damage?
This would be fire damage.
Okay. Excellent. So it's fiery ball.
Awful roll.
It is unfortunate.
pretty
Just
sad.
like launches out of
You
the
forgot to
decoder.
invoke the sacred name of Cathario.
Doesn't work in this campaign.
Pia in the chat right now is Pia in the chat.
No, he's running his home
Pia
game.
is not in the chat on Tuesdays. It's sad.
I was at a game shop today and I saw a board game called Obscurio. And all I could think was like, is that Cathario's brother? Like,
Oh,
it's his
wow.
disguise.
Yeah, but it
It's
should
disguise.
be.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that because he's going to watch this.
Obscurio.
8 is 8 enough? 8 is enough, right? Is 8 enough?
You hit this choker that's holding your friend Asturias, right?
Yes.
8 is enough.
Yes!
As the fiery ball like smashes into it, and it's like, like staggering backwards around the corner where it like drops and like shrivels up into like this raisin of a choker. That's your action. You have movement and a bonus action.
I think Reginald just turns to Asturias and says, "They are obsessed with you," and I think, gosh, but he also sees that Rhea Is it Rhea and Lux are both grappled by the other one?
Yeah, these two arms are reaching up from under the door. Like one arm is like wrapped around Rhea's waist, the other one holding Lux's leg.
Oh boy. I think he is going to step over the dead Dark Mantle and move to here.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't appear like it's under the ground, so he can't flank it necessarily.
Nope.
I think he's just going to stay there and be alert of what's up and around.
Okay.
That's it. That's my turn.
With that, Rhea, you are up on 8.
I think I'll just try to stab this one with a spear. I think.
Okay. You just want to stab
One-handed.
the arms that are like sticking out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And you've got spear and shield out, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you just like bring it down, the tip of the spear cutting into its arm. That hits for 8. Excellent. Still, like, you hear from behind the door, like, as like this blood begins like dripping off of it onto the ground. But the arm's still holding you.
Okay, Chompers, you got to go get the other one. You got to get the Dark
Chompers,
Mantle.
Chompers.
So Chompers will appear to attack the other Dark Mantle beside Reggie.
Okay, got it. Chompers appears like hovering up in the air, the spectral form of like the turtle floating there next to you as it goes and sinks its teeth into the Dark Mantle. That hits.
Nice.
Wow, for 13
God.
points of force damage. Chompers is a boss.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
Okay, sick, Rhea. That's your action. That's your bonus action. That's your turn.
Yep.
That's your turn. On 8, the Dark Mantles go. I think this one is just like it comes over here above you, Lux, and proceeds to just release itself.
No.
I hate how
What
you
does
said
that
that.
mean?
I hate how you
I
said
hate
that.
this. I hate
That
this.
phrase,
I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate
This
this.
Dark
I hate
Mantle
this.
releases itself. Why?
Releases
Can
itself.
we not
Sorry.
phrase that any other way?
I'm
Rich,
really
this
sorry.
is so much fun.
How could that be that gross? How could that be so gross?
I'm really sorry.
Dark
Just
Mantle.
wait, just wait till what comes next.
Josh, stop repeating.
I'm trying to figure out if there's any way I could justify giving an advantage, but I think that would be DM
I was a little bit. Because I'm
We're
thinking
aware
of
of
it
its
too,
presence.
because it technically is, though, isn't it?
Has flanking.
Does it?
No, it's not. Nope, it doesn't get flanking for this. It's
Oh, but no,
a
because it's
ranged
falling
attack.
from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, because I'm just looking at the map.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
Still,
okay.
16 does hit you, correct?
yeah.
Okay, so it drops itself onto you,
I'm still
and as you
curious.
are in fact a medium or smaller creature, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Reading. Captain. Reading.
Downloading.
you all may read along with me, my friends. The Dark Mantle attaches itself to the target. If the target is
Engulf
medium or smaller and the Dark Mantle has advantage on the attack roll, it attaches by engulfing its head. It did not have advantage, so it did not attack around your head, but it does drop down from the ceiling, smashing into you and like wrapping itself around you. Like, so you only take 5 points of damage, and you're unfortunately like doubly grappled. You're not really grappled, but your speed's reduced to 0. It's like this horrible tentacle creature is wrapping itself around you, fundamentally.
Wait, why does it not?
It has to have advantage on the
Has to
attack
have
in order
advantage
to
For that
cover
plus
your head.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it has advantage on the attack roll.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the other one rotates around, and suddenly, this aura that I have just placed here is impenetrable magical darkness. The entire room fills with impenetrable magical darkness. All of you lose sight of each other. You lose sight of the Dark Mantles on the ceiling and the
What?
Joker arms.
I don't see an aura.
Wait, yeah,
Yeah,
what?
I'm
what?
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oops.
Many things have
Nothing
just
has
happened.
changed.
What?
Many things have just happened. Now you see the aura.
Okay.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's impenetrable darkness. I can't.
Yeah.
Yes, now you should be able to see the aura. I could probably do that and make it easier
that's
to
great.
see.
That's
Yeah, okay. So it's like this globe of darkness appears, filling the room up. All of you lose sight of each other. Effectively, this grants like disadvantage on all attack rolls. Everybody's blinded. You are outside of it, Badman.
Indeed.
But you see this curtain of darkness drop around your friends.
Yes. But before it did, I believe I saw some sort of dark mantle wrap itself around my friend Lux's head.
She's
Indeed you
screaming
did.
too from inside of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, you
From
hear her screaming.
Internally, she's screaming inside. So, yeah, I think that the Badman saw that happen and probably instinctively is like, Lux! And is just like going to like whip a psychic dagger to like shoot that thing off of his friend's face. And he will steady himself with some steady aim to make that happen.
Okay, go for it. This is a straight roll because you're attacking with disadvantage and advantage, so it's a straight roll into the darkness.
For 21.
21, yes. Go ahead and roll damage.
I don't even know where you are. Like, I as a player don't know where you are right now.
That's fine. Dynamic lighting plus sneak attack because Lux is within 5 feet of it. Lux is attached to it.
Plus another 9.
Nice.
Wow.
That's 18 points of psychic damage as you hear like, and you feel the thing around you like wrench, Lux, and then like tighten up, like squeezing even harder. Yep, Badman, that was your bonus action. That was your action. You have movement.
I think the Badman's gonna like tiptoe towards the dark. Marco. And I'll end right there.
Excellent. With that, this guy behind the door goes again. He is, again, like he's holding Lux and Rhea. So he's going to attack each of you again. This one's for Rhea. 6, it like is trying to like squeeze around you, but you've hurt its arm so badly with your spear slash, it just has nothing. It's got like almost no strength left while it's kind of still holding you, Rhea. But for you, Lux, 12, nope. The dark mantle, I think, is like got itself wrapped around enough of your body that as it lets go and tries to like grab you again, it just can't. It can't get a good piece of you. Lux, you're up on 18.
Oh, I'm
Nat ones.
so upset right now.
You love to see it. You love to see the
You
nat
sure
ones
do.
from the DM.
Yeah.
You sure do.
Okay. So I can't see.
Nope. you
I
can't.
am grappled 2 different ways.
Yes.
Your head grappled?
No, her head is not grappled because it didn't have advantage, fortunately.
Okay, so it's not grappling the face.
No, it's not. It's not suffocating her yet.
Oh,
no.
okay, great. Not yet. Not yet.
You got time.
So can I hit the thing that's attached to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it attached to on Lux right now? Lux, you're
Yeah,
I
is
think
it
it
just-
like hit her. I think it hit her like her shoulder and like slid down. So it's like wrapped around her torso, and then the choker's like holding her leg.
I hate this so much. Ew. Okay. So I think that Lux like holding her bow, like grabs, like drops her bow, takes her hand axes out, and just like tries like hit the thing.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
I'm assuming it's a disadvantage. Is it
Yes, because of the darkness, because you're blinded. So yeah.
right?
Quick question: Does the fact that my light comes from continual flame change that at all?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't. We would need a greater version of magical light to cancel out magical darkness. But good call.
All good.
14. I know 12. Sorry, just 12
Hits.
for 4.
For 4 points of damage. Lux, as the axe blade connects, you hear like, and you feel the thing release itself and drop to the ground next to you.
Stop saying release it.
I know.
Sorry.
Badman instantly smells it.
It's such an innocuous word until you have a second attack.
Yes, on my offhand with my other hand axe, she'll swing down to the choker.
The hand. Got it. Make it a second attack roll.
10.
You don't have 2-weapon fighting as a specialty, do you?
It's just my offhand because they're light weapons.
Yep. I'm just checking for damage. So that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes, I have my second attack, so it doesn't add the modifier.
I know. I saw that. I'm really impressed. 5. Lux. Chop! You sever the hand completely off. And I think you hear from the other side of the wall, like, and the arm around you, Rhea, like drops limp. And I think we see the boneless, lifeless form of the choker begin to like ooze out from underneath the door as it drops dead on the
we
other
don't
side
see
of the
it.
wall.
I don't see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Nobody
None
sees
of us
it.
can see it.
Did you say 10 hits?
It's
at disadvantage, right? 'Cause I'm blinded.
You were at disadvantage. No, 10 misses.
Yeah. So never.
Ooh.
Close,
My bad.
close to no cigar.
I'm all over the place tonight, you guys. I'm
Should
sorry.
you have had
10
a
was
damage
miss.
modifier on your first attack, though? Because it looks like it only rolled a straight d6, Taylor.
It did. You
It's
should
because
fix that.
it's strength.
It shouldn't
It's
be.
plus
Oh, hand axes
0.
are strained.
Yeah, and I have a 0 strength.
Okay.
A
got it.
modifier of 0.
A multiplier.
Yeah.
A
Got it.
modifier of 0. Lux, that was your turn. Asturias, you're up. Unfortunately, Lux and Rhea, you are still grappled.
Cool. Asturias is going to, harnessing the power of the stars, as they are wont to do, they're going to cast Guiding Bolt and hope for the best. Hope that the bolt guides its way to where it belongs. There it is in the chat. Now I'm going to click it.
What are we guiding bolting? Ooh, 18 hits.
Yeah. Oh, brutal. Oh, I want that 25. Okay.
sad.
The guy in front of me. Yeah, that guy.
Okay, got it. You
Just
pointed up
shooting
where you
it
saw
in the
Chronic.
darkness. I have a vague sense from my, my infernal bloodline senses are tingling in the darkness. And I'm glowing, so that's got to count for something.
I am the stars. Yeah.
In the stars, guiding bolt, starry bolt. Here it comes.
That's only 13, not
only
25.
13. I know.
But,
It looked exciting.
So
That's a
excited.
lot of dice.
but it smashes into this thing, destroying it, killing it instantly. The darkness snaps away as we hear this like sickening thud of this dark mantle like ripping off of the ceiling and hammering down into the stone floor. Asturias, that was your action. You have movement and a bonus action.
Mm-hmm. I can move. Yeah. All right. I guess I'll do that. I will fly over here so that I still can't really see this thing down here. Can I see it? Kind of.
No,
I know
you
that,
just
like,
see its arms coming up from behind the door. There is literally a door between it and you guys, right? So you can attack its arm wrapped around, Lux or Rhea.
Uh-huh.
It's just got like cover, right? Its AC is better than it should be.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give it a literal shot of stars, and shoot with my starry archer form.
Okay.
I finally
this is-
remembered to do the guiding bolt first, so that I would have advantage on attack on the creature, and then of course
the
I killed
follow-up.
it. Yeah.
Yep. That'll get you every time.
Okay. So here comes. Oops. My starry archer form shoots in the direction of this door.
Well, that's a lot of
Several
18
times.
hits.
For
Yep.
boy.
18 hits. The starry beam clips the arm that's wrapped around Rhea, and at this point we hear the shriek from behind the door, and the arms drop off of the pair of you, Rhea and Lux, and we see the boneless.
Yeah,
green
you've told me this
flesh.
once before, so it's real this time.
Yeah, it is real. It's real
Oh,
this time.
yeah, I'm the stars. What are you talking
I know. I
about?
was like,
Oh
wait.
no, I knew she was talking to me.
No, that was
I was like, I'm talking a big game. I'm
I
talking a
doubt
big game.
myself enough.
I love the sex.
That
Love
Asturias was your bonus action. You still have some movement and stuff if you want to finish repositioning.
A little bit, huh? Okay. I kind of want to see what's up here. Is that a crazy idea to move this way?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
Asturias is curious Asturias, you know?
Curious
They
Asturias.
went there. That's where they went. That's my
Unbelievable.
turn.
Unbelievable. Okay. Asturias has gotten up and walked away. Professor, you're up on 12.
Sorry. Are there still enemies that are visible or appear on the map here?
No, there is nothing that is obvious or apparent to you from whence you stand. All these foes that were around here appear to have been destroyed or defeated.
I think I could see a smidge of something.
You can,
no.
Asturias. You see the green, boneless shape weaving through this tiny tunnel up here.
Nanaki's tiny tunnel.
Did you say something?
Yeah, I think there might be something up here.
Okay. And then I think Reginald just checks in with Rhea and Lux. Okay. Yeah,
She's getting really big on this face.
that's right. Rhea, are you aware of the difference between a stalactite and whatever that is?
Whatever that is.
3, 4, 5. Oh, hello. And spells or no spells? Spells or spells or spells or spells.
Yeah, not spells.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how much to spend.
This
How
map,
much
by
to
the way, is Dyson logos for anybody who's paying attention. I'm a big fan of the Dyson logos dungeon maps. I love this style underground.
Okay, forget it. He's just gonna hold out the flaming side of his decoder wheel, and 3 flaming bolts fly out of the flaming fire. And he will cast Scorching Ray at the choker in the distance.
Flames on the side of its face.
On
Okay.
the side of his face. Here we go. Boom. That's a 1. I think I have to do each one.
Yes.
You do.
Wow, that's not in that 20. It's just a 25.
It does hit.
That's a 10. That probably doesn't.
No, it deflects off the wall.
And finally.
That's deeply unfortunate, but it does hit.
2 of them hit. Okay, 4d6. Here we go. 1, 2, and that's just 12. So 12 plus
That's
6,
deeply-
18.
18 points of damage. Okay, so the first firebolt streaks right down the thing. Boom! The second one deflecting off the wall in this glorious cascade of fire. We hear the hissing as the moisture and the algae is burned off the walls. And then the second beam trails right back down. And as quickly as you walk down this tunnel, this thing is destroyed. We see its body drop, just kind of filling out along the floor and the space stretching. Professor, that was your movement. That was your action. You still have a little bit of movement and a bonus.
Bonus action, look up.
Mhm.
Any stalactites?
There are a few stalactites, but they're much smaller than the other ones, and they have no eyeballs.
Oh,
So
great.
you
Oh.
feel good.
They
Yeah.
have no eyeballs.
I think then he just wraps the decoder wheel back in place and adjusts his bow tie. That's his turn.
Okay, excellent. Rhea, you will be up on 8.
Okay.
Again, obsessed with you.
I will just walk this way if I see anything. Do I see anything? Oh, you know what? It's
As
the
you
door. I
step
should probably
that
check
way,
the door. Yeah.
to your left, Rhea, you see that there is like a raised kind of like platform. The ground like rises up a solid like 2 feet, right? And there are 2 doors on either side of this room. One here and then another one here next to you.
Let's try this door.
Okay.
Is it open?
You go over to that door and you actually like go to push it in, and it is open and it moves a little bit as you shove it inwards, and it just proceeds to like hit the back wall. And as you're peering into it, you see stairs leading down, but the walls have like collapsed inwards on the hallway, and there appears to just be like rubble like blocking the way. There's nowhere to go. The door won't even open all the way.
Okay, I think that's 15, so I'll use the rest to try this door over here.
Okay, as you race over to that door and you throw it open, Rhea. Oops, 1 second.
Oops.
Whoops! As you throw that doorway open, you see a hallway leading down to a landing that then turns out of your line of sight. But you hear like loud coming up out of this door. I'm sorry, I'm about to sneeze. I'm trying to like fight it off here.
Let it out. Release it.
Release the sneeze, eh? You hear the water lapping up, Rhea. The like splashing of water, like right, coming like down from the bottom of that staircase.
Mm-hmm. I don't really have anything to do. I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else I can do.
Okay, that was your movement. You do
Yeah.
have your action if you want to dash anywhere, if you want to reposition, or your bonus action, you could move chompers or whatever. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'll move chompers, I guess, 20. He moved 20 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okie dokie. With that on 5. Okay. I think on 5, a figure steps up out of this like back space. Rhea, you catch sight of it, as do you, Badman, and you, Lux. Only the 3 of you see it, as Asturias and the professor are out of the way. And as it comes like stepping around the corner, it's standing about as tall as you are, Badman. And it's got these like gleaming kind of red eyes, and it seems to have like these long almost dreadlocks running off of its head, and then it like tilts its head at you, and you see the dreadlocks all like kind of raise up around it as it's like, and its whole mouth unfolds open, revealing this like hideous mouth, and it crouches down low. You see these like fins on its elbows, like at which point it like screams this horrible, terrifying sound. I need everybody to make wisdom saving throws.
The token is terrifying, but if you look at the
Good.
picture
It's
of
really
the whole
not-
thing
yeah.
zoomed out, it looks like that. It makes it look like the whole thing are eyes, and like it's making a this face.
It looks like a Muppet.
Yeah. If you look at the whole thing, when you zoom in on the face, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, the mouth
But-
is not fun.
This is a
Mouth is
sound-based thing.
MOTPD.
Yes, it is Sonic.
So even if Reginald doesn't really pay attention to things, okay, got it. Wisdom save.
Yeah, it's like an inherent reaction.
Oh,
Okay, Badman, Lux, Reggie. I'm waiting on Asturias.
I clicked it.
Come on, Druid. Wise
Here
as
it
fuck.
comes.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
And-
this was horrible.
Brutal.
oh, guys. This is not good.
Everyone is stunned until the
Oh,
end
no.
of the Deep Scion's next turn, except for Rhea,
Oh,
who is the shit. So I'm really sorry. We could look. Let me just double check 1 second, but it's.
oh,
No,
no.
that's the game. Let's do it.
It sure is. Just to be clear, stunned. A stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, can only speak falteringly. You automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Oops, that
scrolled-
is a whole bunch of information that I
Whoa,
didn't mean to post there.
We will not
Which
read
is
it.
very funny. Yeah.
Screen.
Like everybody.
Print
Print screen.
We will
No, you're
not
all like a
read
You're
it.
all stunned. None of us can
Print screen. Computer.
It's hilarious.
It's not working. Computer.
He's just spamming attack so we don't see it, you know?
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Advent has turned into Pierce Hawthorne over here.
Print. Roll 20 screen.
There it goes. There it goes.
There it is.
Computer.
It's a bunch of spam stuff.
That's force.
Oh, that's very, very funny.
All right,
This
well,
is
enjoy
all I was
tuning the rest of
actually
the fight by
trying to
yourself,
post.
I guess.
Dragonfly was a great show while it was here.
It was. It was really good. It was really good.
Yeah,
for
now
a
it's
minute.
going to be the adventures of Doc and Waffle and Jake.
I also like to imagine
Yes.
that Rhea isn't stunned because she's used to that little screeching turtle thing. She's just normalized herself to it.
That's a great call.
It's very, very, very funny. It is. It's very funny to imagine. On 20, one more choker comes crawling out of here along the wall, and I think it turns looking down as it sees Lux. You seem to be the last one in the room here. It leaps out at you. It's using its aberrant speed to take an extra action this round, so it could close in on you and attack. And as it's sailing down out of the air, it reaches out with the tentacles trying to grab you twice. 11 and 8, and it misses. Hitting the ground in front of you. It scurries back over this way, I think. That's its turn. Lux, you're stunned. Asturias, you're stunned. Professor, Rhea, you are up on 8.
Okay, let's cast Silence.
Yeah,
Where
it has
he is.
advantage.
What?
It had advantage? Because you're incapacitated.
I'm stunned.
How dare I forget such a thing? Those both hit, in other words. Lux, you take 21 points of damage.
And I am at 0. Exactly.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so Lux goes down as this choker leaps off the wall and grabs her, in which case it will step in right over her. And it's very clear. It looks like it's going to try to kill this girl. Rhea, you're up on 8.
Oh, that changes things, I think.
Might.
Okay,
So
let's
glad
move,
I caught that for myself.
move
Yeah, me too,
towards
thank
it, and let's do. Actually, I don't want to move all the way towards it because I
Sure.
want to cast Guiding Bolt at it.
So that's just 10 feet of movement right there. You jump down off the ledge. And you point out towards it with the guiding bolt. 14, unfortunately, misses. The guiding bolt deflecting off the ground in this spray of kind of green light.
Okay, I'll cast Healing Word on Lux for 9 points of healing.
Amazing, Lux. You pop back up with 9 hit points. You're laying flat on your back, your bow underneath you, your axes on either side, the choker looming over top of you. You're not grappled because it thought it was going to kill you. The Deep Scion goes. It is going to, it's it turns looking to you, I think. And I think it says to you, Rhea, What are you? Why are you here in our caves?
Oh, yeah, I think we're looking for you. So better
And
start praying to Clancy.
the mouth like, you found me. I will make you regret it. And I think it leaps at you. Right. Yup, it comes leaping at you. It tries to hit you with, it's got like an axe in one hand, so it's going to swing with its axe. 16.
No.
The shield comes up. It slashes with the claw of its extra hand. 17.
No.
The shield like deflecting those, and then this ridiculously like involved mouth launches itself at you as it tries to bite. 15. No avail.
Say
The spear,
evolved
like,
or involved?
Involved.
I think I said involved.
Ridiculously
I mean,
involved
both bad.
mouth.
The thing is both those things, though, as this thing is like jumped in next to you now, Rhea, and is battling you. At the end of its turn, everybody's stun ends. Badman, you're up.
The Badman can see now, right? We're all able to see what's happening
Yes,
in
you
here.
guys can see everything in the room. Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
see what's happening.
And they don't have a clue.
The Badman is now going to be like,
Jeffrey, you need to guide my hand, Jeffrey.
as the Badman is going to run into the cave. He is going to saddle up at this spot right here. And with advantage flanking this thing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Produce psychic blades from his hands and go
Swoop, swoop.
just like kind of like stabby with those 20, with the hits with the 20
20 hits.
for a walloper of 4 psychic
you do
damage.
get sneak attack on that if you want.
Yes, for 11.
Got it.
Points.
It's still up as it's like wheels back at you, but you have your extra attack if you want.
Not for long.
As it just like as the Badman shinks down his hand and produces yet another psychic blade and wails into this thing with his offhanded psychic attack. Still has advantage, correct?
Yes, flanking.
With 17, thank God.
Hits.
Wow.
Thank God. As you plunge the second psychic blade into it, the thing's like its face like shivering, and its body like withers and collapses into a heap in between you and Lux.
Cool.
Destroyed.
And with the extra movement, of which I believe that took 25 to get here,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that means I've got 15 more. Let me just. Yeah, I think at that the Badman goes,
That was terrifying. Never running into battle ever again.
and runs back and retreats to this corner.
Man.
Got it. From somewhere in the cave we hear. Meow. Lux, you're up on 18.
I think it's from inside his beard. Jeffrey's just like popping his head out.
Okay.
Lux, you're up.
Yes.
You're hurt. You're flat
yeah.
on your back.
I am indeed. I think Lux stands up, uses half her movement to stand. Sees this creature and Rhea. I think just gonna take one step over the disgusting dead bodies of things, and will shoot.
Okay.
I think
Bonus action, anything?
yes. Ensnaring strike.
Mm.
Dump it in the chat.
Yeah, what is
Why
that?
not? Right?
One bonus action. The next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, a rising math of thorny vines appears. Awesome. So you
Right.
cast Ensnaring Strike and fire.
Yeah. So she takes as she's reaching for an arrow, she grabs her bow takes an arrow and like as she pulls it back, like vines like grow along where she pulls, and then releases.
22 hits for 8 piercing damage. And he needs a strength save, huh? Okay.
Come on, you little muppet. You can't be that strong.
What direction are you
Little muppet.
Salacious Crumb over here.
Oh, God. Ripping on Salacious Crumb. Oh, he makes his saving throw, so he is not grappled or restrained.
Nope.
No advantage. The vines shrivel away. Okay. And here I had fancy vines to drop on top of his face. Oh, well, sorry.
Next time.
He still takes 8 points of piercing damage.
Shavakadu.
For Shavakadu.
Fancy vines. It's fine.
Yeah.
As you blast him with the bow, Lux, you still have 10 feet of movement if you want to reposition.
Yeah, I think she backs up by the badman.
Got it. Asturias, you're
Badman's
back.
going to say, Lux,
It's so scary in here. Why did we come here?
I know. I fell down. Everything went black
You could be
twice.
swimming with Jeffrey above. Why are we here?
Why did we go on this quest again?
Okay, I can't see what she shot at, but I can see what direction she shot. So could someone please tell me what direction that was?
She shot to the left of the room. You could just make out Rhea over here.
I
She
can
shot
just
like
see
towards Rhea.
Yeah.
She was pointing towards Rhea.
All right. Then we will come. Let's see.
And you hear the sound of like Rhea's shield connecting with like steel, and you know she's the only one with the shield in here, all that good stuff.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll come here to start. Oh, yeah, there he is. Okay.
He's
All
got an axe in one hand. He's like just going crazy trying to get at Rhea.
Yeah. Well, let me do
axe to
this.
grind.
Let's do what I did before and shoot another guiding bolt. And maybe this time it will grant me advantage on my Starry Archer attack.
who is grant me advantage?
I don't know. I don't know who he is.
Mr. Me Advantage.
No, I believe
please
I believe they said grants me advantage.
and Vintage.
Oh, I knew
Vantage.
Vantage.
Well, I
Yeah.
wish I'd had it.
I actually
because,
partied
my
with
name's
Vantage in high school.
Boy,
Yeah.
the guiding bolt misses wildly.
Yeah, I think like it almost hits Rhea, you know, but she's like moving quickly, her shield behind her, like the guiding bolt deflecting off of it into the ceiling.
All right. Back to stars. Giving it a shot. See what we can do.
Oh yeah.
24 hits.
Mm-hmm.
I love being stars.
I love the commentary of Asturias constantly like, I am the star.
Yes, I am the moon. I am the
Yeah,
star.
all the
They
time.
don't have a ton of confidence
like-
elsewhere except when they are stars.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they're
but-
so confident.
It's
I love it. The only time they have any confidence. So they shoot their starry arrow at this Muppet thing. It looks ridiculous. It's so funny. Yeah, and it glowingly envelops and then disappears into the Muppet creature.
As the starlight burns the deep
Muppet
cyan
creature.
Muppet, it turns wheeling at you like, how dare you return here, tiefling?
I've never been here before.
Someday
I am
the
the
darkness
stars.
will swallow
I am the
Missouri.
stars.
It's like pissed. It's not loving this. Professor, you're gonna be up on 12. Asturias, that was your full movement. You still have a little bit of movement. That was your
I
action
still have
bonus
my
action.
movement, actually.
Okay. So you can reposition Professor. You are up on 12.
Yes, so I think Reginald will come down here, and oh, ooh. Now what to do? What to do? What to do? Uh, darn. I have no sense of how hard, because I've not seen anything. I think just like most things, he's going to default to bad thing attacking friends, attack it hard. So we're gonna go chromatic orb at second level. He's gonna rotate it, and he's going to make it lightning damage, and basically fire a lightning out of his hand. Please work. Thank you.
Please work. 15. Unfortunately, is high enough. It hits.
Oh,
It hits
you
the
are.
guy. It
I
hits.
knew it.
Are you?
bastard.
Wow.
I'm so annoyed.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Taylor,
hits.
Taylor knows the game. Taylor knows the game. I got it.
She
Okay.
does. The lightning ball launches from the decoder ring, up jumped at second level. It hammers into the angry Deep Scion Muppet, and we see the arcs rolling around it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Second level. 21 points.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's it looks like horrified now as more and more of you are pouring out of this corner over here.
Yeah.
Pouring out.
There's more of us.
Pouring out.
Pouring out.
How's it looking?
It's bleeding this bluish black blood all over the place. There's lightning arcs kind of zapping around it. It looks scared, it looks definitively
The
scared.
Badman sees the bluish black with the Qurans.
I would like, sensing that Rhea is primed for an attack, I would like to Misty Step.
Oh.
I would like to continue my movement and get
Mhm.
about here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, how tall is this room?
About 20 feet,
I'd
15,
like to
20
Misty
feet.
Step 20 feet above him and Hippo land on top of him.
Butt jump!
How would that be okay?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we can have a lot of room here. So you misty step above him to the ceiling, right? The stalactites next to you. Are you trying to go all the way up to impact him hard, or how
Are you
high?
trying to show me
tell
what a stalactite is by being one on the roof? Whoa!
To do my best Dark Mantle impression on
You're
this
gonna
side.
release yourself.
Oh, God.
And eat him like a hungry hippo?
Oh, no.
No.
The
You're
goal
gonna eat him like a hungry hippo. This
The
is
goal-
great. I
the
love
goal-
this. This is great.
is to at very
The
least
new
not-
choppers in town.
At very least not go.
Oh my god.
So how high are you
Yeah.
trying to go, Professor?
20 feet.
This is
Okay,
wonderful.
you're going the full 20 feet. I think it's you making an athletics check to kind of grapple him, and he will make an opposed dex check to see if he can get out of the way. I think that's how we're doing this.
Okay.
Love this. This feels very like dropping an earth elemental out of the sky.
Yep, it does. It sure does,
makes
except
my
it's a
heart
hippopotamus instead of an
Athletics
earth
check.
elemental.
Which is honestly
Yeah.
way better.
Nikes.
Oh. Yeah, that's about how
So
well
I
it went when I
think-
tried it too.
I think then, unfortunately, Professor, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall 20 feet onto the stone, and this guy kind of darts out of the way. Though I will say, you could pick which direction you want to place yourself, around him. You can land at a space adjacent to him.
Now here's my question: if he steps out of the way, does he move out of Rhea's area?
I think no. I
Okay.
think that he's not going to get forced for an attack of opportunity. It was a really good effort.
Yeah.
Because I would have given you damage and grappled. He would have been prone too and given.
Yeah,
Rhea
yeah. I
advantage,
figured
but
had it landed, it would have been
Flatten the
good.
condition.
You don't want to
Um,
go on the
flat.
It's okay. I would like to be there. I imagine
Yeah.
I am prone. and I will just look up to Rhea and say, "And it worked. It might have worked."
If it worked, it might have worked. That's great. I love that.
Yeah. There's this moment where all of you see it. Like Reginald steps out, he blasts the thing with the chromatic orb. He takes a step, and you all see him look up, and suddenly, like, he vanishes. You're like, where did he? And he's like, he's falling down, right? And I think we see the gross tentacle dreadlocks like snap up and kind of shove the hippopotamus backwards as he steps in at Rhea, and Reggie lands like flat on his back on his fry bottom, as it were, crashing down into the earth over here. Professor, that was your turn.
That was very
Rhea,
much
you're
my
up on
turn.
8.
But I don't have
Yep.
advantage because he is prone.
No, you would still have
Still
advantage.
menacing.
He is a combatant, he's on the ground with big hippo feet, he's like there.
Well, let's do my favorite thing. I would just like to reach out and touch this person.
Go for it.
It's a very involved mouth.
Yes, that very much hits.
21, 23.
Yes, that very much hits.
I'm going to cast it at second level.
Okay, go for it.
It's very Voldemort.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
Yes,
With that,
yes.
you grab a hold of this thing, draining 27 points of life from it. This like necrotic magic washing over it as Clancy attacks the very life essence of this fish muppet. And it's like, you see like its eyes like bulge out of its head for a second. It's like, it looks like badly hurt after that. That's your action, Rhea.
Okay, Chompers, you can do it.
And with
Can't
that,
do
Chompers
it.
floats down from the
God,
doorway.
The symmetry, the poetry.
24 hits.
Yes, please.
Wow.
Scream at it.
Come on, force
really.
damage.
And with that,
That's gotta do
it's just like it lets out this like horrific scream. I'd like for all of you to make instinct checks.
Oh,
Have you heard of Clancy?
And it staggers like backwards, tripping over Reginald's body and falling dead next to him. I think like the fish tentacles like slap across the side of your face, Reggie. Okay, so Badman, right? I'm just waiting on Asturias. Yep. Yep, no rush. Okay. I think all of you feel
It didn't.
It's
It never
fantastic.
arrived.
It's fantastic. I think all of you feel this. You almost hear its scream echo in your mind for a moment. This like psychic echo of its horrific wailing. And I think that you, Professor, recognize that this was not just it like crying out in pain. This was some type of like signal. You remember what like Reese told you about the fact that like it can like communicate with its creators, with its masters. And you get the sense that like this final death scream is almost like a warning scream to those who would hear it.
Yep.
With that, as it lays on the ground next to you, it begins to shift. Its body like surging and twisting and changing, its limbs kind of being absorbed into it. And yeah, its like whole body like shape shifts and twists back into what looks like a tiny kind of gray-skinned kobold almost.
Oh. I've seen one of those before. On the giant Mechazord.
One of
Yeah, you never seen a Mechazord before.
I'm not aware of what a Zord is, much less a Mechazord.
Like giant robot fighting thing. Power Rangers.
I'm aware of Rangers. Yes.
Power Rangers.
The giant
yes.
freaking robot thing. We all were there.
Yeah.
Ah.
The Mordekaiser.
Mordekaiser. Yes.
Mordekaiser. Yeah.
Are we in danger here? That is an understatement, but are there more coming?
Well, we did that. That was the thing we were looking for, right? I think.
Yeah, and it's so dead.
So let's maybe go back and.
There is some stairs over here. Can I go? Can I peek around the corner?
I'm very much hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Great
Yeah,
idea.
I'm not in great shape either.
I'm doing fine. I didn't take a lick of damage. I'm doing great.
I'm actually
the only-
going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Because the only damage I took was inflicted upon myself, which is in keeping with my.
Sorry about your ass, Professor.
It's like it was irreparably damaged. It'll never be the same again.
It's a joke for me and maybe no one else.
It has universal interpretation.
Yeah.
Story about your ass. You're like, only I would get that.
Yeah.
No, wait, there's a specific
Exclusively
reference
for that.
being made.
Yeah.
There was a level there that you appreciated beyond
Yeah,
the rest
yeah.
of us. But so Lux is going to cast Cure Wounds on herself. Rhea, you want to walk over to the stairs
I just
and
want
take
to
a peek down?
I just want to peek. Yeah.
Okay, Ray, I need you to make a death saving throw. No, I'm just kidding. As you,
Death
Death save.
you
Yeah.
You just
you
immediately
step-
drop unconscious.
Instantly dead.
yeah. Ray, as you walk down to the base of the stairs on the landing and you like peer around the edge, you see the staircase leads down like another 10 feet from here. And then there's literally just like water lapping up at the base of the stairs. Like you get the notion that whatever other like chambers are beneath this are flooded. And this was clearly like this exit they have to like just get down into the water from here. Right.
I let Chomper swim in a bit before he disappears.
Yeah. Okay.
So wait, all we see is just like a tiny little bit of water, or do we get any sense that it can go deeper?
Oh, I mean, you could go deeper. Yeah, like I think the water is lapping up on the stairs, kind of like the water on like a boat dock, right? If you were to like keep heading down the stairs and submerge yourself, you could like dive down into the water beneath and take a trip.
Just doing
Oh, yeah.
some reading on Find Familiar real quick.
Go for it. You read up.
Yeah.
Professor, what are you doing in this interim?
Who, me?
Yeah. I just
yes.
want to check them.
Doing the usual thing, an investigation of the body for any sorts of objects or clues.
You
Oh,
want
yeah,
guidance
so it
before
had-
I go down and check the stairs. You want that? You can have that.
Oh, guidance. Oh, yes, of course. Clancy, be with me.
I think like Lux goes and like sits down. Like she's still like really not in great shape. She
Yeah.
goes like sits.
Yep, she can come over here and sit on the ledge. Professor, you saw that this guy had a battle axe that actually looked like very nice and like kind of well made. The handle appears to be made of some kind of like twisting coral almost, but the blade is like clearly steel or whatever. And then he definitely had like a bundle, like a satchel of stuff kind of over one shoulder, clattering at his side. So you start opening up the bags, kind of peering through it. Hey, Sturius, what are you doing in these beats?
I flew around up in the upper part just to see if I could see anything. I didn't see anything.
As you came up here,
Or
there
do
are no
I?
other creatures yet
Yeah.
enduring. But when you come up in here, you do see piles of stuff in this like back alcove. There appear to be all kinds of like piles of like metal, a couple of like containers, what look like a couple of like barrels. Like there's all manner of stuff kind of stashed back in here.
Cool.
Stuff.
Hey,
Stuff.
everybody, there's some stuff back here. There's
Stuff.
some metal that Doc might want for the ship or other projects.
It's cerulean.
Yeah. Badman, are you doing anything here?
Yeah,
With-
so the
okay.
Badman is so excited that he hears stuff that he goes up to join Asterios to explore what might be here, but is so distracted by the promise of stuff that he doesn't even notice Jeffrey spring forth from his beard and hit the ground running until it's too late. Once Jeffrey says, Jeffrey! And starts running back after Jeffrey, who I believe, sensing water, is going to hop into the water. Jeffrey! And Jeffrey's just going to start swimming around. And the badman's going to scream, Jeffrey, get back here! Jeffrey! And in like his psychic panic for his friend Jeffrey is going to be able to see and sense through Jeffrey the familiar, shall be his eyes and ears at the moment.
Okay.
And I think Jeffrey is like swimming around, looking around in the water for anything that's worth checking out.
Okay, as Jeffrey is like swimming around through this whole like subterranean layer, you realize like it's like half of a room and then half the room has been completely blasted and blown away and the ocean opens up below, right? And it's very clear this is like access to the water beyond. And I think as Jeffrey is kind of like swimming around here, why don't you make a perception check with your perception?
Yeah, hang on.
And then I'm just going to snap back real quick to the professor. Professor, as you're going through the bag of this tentacled Muppet.
I'm using a psionic power dice.
Yeah, go for it. As you're going through
Muppet
the bag
bundle.
Of the,
what do I got?
Yep. You find there's like actually like a bundle of like scroll cases in here. Yeah. There is what looks like an orb. It's sort of turquoise hued, but wrapped in like this kind of slimy, greasy rag. You, as soon as you put your hand on it, you like feel the perfect spherical nature underneath. And due to like the data sphere, the orb of like information that you have in the ship, I think as you pick it up and like flap the like cloth over it, and you see this kind of turquoise, tealish stone surface to it, you're like. You recognize immediately. It appears to be a sphere. The scroll cases, that, and then it has like two shells that appear to have like almost like a coating of like seaweed over like one edge of them. They look like conch shells almost that have like seaweed plugged into one edge that's like a little bit dried.
Why on earth would this creature have scrolls on it? And an orb? Hello? Hello. And I think he like holds on to the rag and just kind of like flashes open the sphere or like, reveals the blue. I believe this is what they refer to as pay dirt.
And so Rhea and Lux are out here in the main room with you. Meanwhile, Badman, as Jeffrey is like swimming around with a 12, it's just enough that he can perceive like shapes underwater coming towards him. And I think as he sticks his little cat face under it, like opens his eyes peering at them, you just see like the triangular face, the singular like dorsal fin of like these massive underwater predators. They're sharks. They're like sharks that are like kind of swimming up from the depths towards Jeffrey.
Yep.
And that's when he recognizes there's humanoid figures on their backs, like straddling them, holding on the fins, swimming towards this place.
Yes. I think Jeffrey is going to. Rich does the dialogue for Jeffrey, so Rich, if you wouldn't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so with that, Jeffrey's going to start swimming up. to the top of the water and paddle until it bursts up into the badman's ears and into the safety of the secret vortex that exists inside the badman as Jeffrey shall retreat. And the badman regaining control over his faculties is going to whip his head over to the rest of the group. Sharks, scary people on top of sharks coming our way. Wow! He's scared. He's terrified. So he's now just alerting everyone to the.
Let's go.
Do we go?
Let me
We
cut
go?
real quick. Asturias, as you're standing in this back room, you want to make an investigation real quick? Are you like digging through the stuff? Or do you just
Yeah.
walk back to your friends? Okay.
I mean, I thought other people might want to come look at this stuff too, but I guess not. So I'll
would
just
think so, but
look
they're
at
all
it by
occupied.
myself.
I will say Lux has been like ever since they saw the creature sort of like transform, like changing into like this kobold, she like hasn't taken her eyes off of it.
Oh, yeah. It's very tragic. Asturias, you see in one of these barrels are a bunch of weapons. There appear to be like a couple of spears, a couple of tridents, like the kind of things that like you would expect to see in maybe like a maritime, aquatic kind of environment. But one of the spears I think catches your eye as it's got like this finish work around it that's like this silver inlay on top of brass and these bits of like coral that have been attached, and like it like really stands out as like an extraordinary weapon that does not like belong with the rest of the crap that's back here. And I think as you're like kind of peering into boxes and looking at things, you find like one container as you lift the lid up on it that is like filled heaping to the brim with coins, with gold and silver and all this kind of stuff. It's too heavy for you to pick up and move. I don't think you have a crazy high strength.
No, I most certainly do not.
Okay.
Hey. Hello.
Yeah?
Sharks!
But
Yeah, we gotta
also
go.
lots of money.
How much time do we have?
Not a lot.
I think Ray would just cast Cure Wounds on Lex.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can Reginald run back with Asturias and attempt to carry?
You have powerful build.
Powerful
correct?
build. Done.
Oh
Please.
yeah, you go running back there to like, like heave up this chest real easily. Asturias, do you grab the trident?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. You gotta say it, or I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I
you like
think
pull the trident out of the barrel. Yep.
I am
Reginald
very
tosses
much
the
holding the
axe over
trident.
to Lux as well, just to make sure Lux gets the nice looking axe.
Okay, Lux. Reginald throws you this fancy-looking battle axe before he darts into the back room. Badman's yelling about sharks with people on them.
People
And
on
so
them.
as the professor and Asturias come out of the back, the professor carrying this like metal container, like ching, ching, ching. It's rattling like coins, I think, are kind of tinkling out of the edges of it at each step that he takes. Yes, I said that. And then Asturias like comes walking up.
I'm sorry, I
behind with
could not
this, like,
stop the tinkle.
badass looking trident. Lux, you've got this battle
There's
axe.
a
Ray
release
heals
yourself
you.
joke here.
There sure is. I would expect nobody but you to find it that quickly either. And so with that, what are you guys going to do? You're trying to run back up to the surface?
Oh yeah, we gotta go.
Badman
Okay.
is beelining
Okay, with that,
He's so
you all
fast,
go
too.
darting.
so
You
fast.
go darting back down the hallway. You start ascending the ladder rungs that are thankfully very dry and offer a great deal of traction. Between Rhea and Reginald, you're able to kind of like manhandle this chest up the ladder. It's not an easy thing, but you get it done. And I think as you guys are approaching the grating at the top, you hear the sound of voices from below. I think Rhea, you recognize the language, the Aquan spoken, though it's spoken with like this twisted kind of like dialect of like blue, 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 blue. As they're like, and they're just like, the Scion is dead. This place has been invaded. We must find the orb. And then like the other one, like, there will be reinforcements through the portal soon. We shall infest the seas in this place if they've taken the orb. And this is like what you hear as a lot of you go like scurrying up past the grating back onto the surface. So you stand around the open grate at the surface.
Melt the lock with fire.
Oh, nice. So you slap the grate black closed. The professor like conjures fire, scorching at the lock. And with that, the 5 of you, with Jeffrey in his extra-dimensional portal in the Badman's stomach, you all go racing back for the ship. I think that, we see like Doc and Jake like kind of hanging near the back of it as you come running up, and Jake's like, "What's the hurry?"
Shark.
And then Doc's like, "Oh shit, I'll go get her fired up then." And I kind of darts back to the helm, and a lot of you all come like barreling up the ramp in the back. You drop the big container of coins. We see like coins kind of spilling out of the edges. And with that, as the back is kind of closing, the dragonfly begins to lift up off the rubble on the ground. And I think we see sharks rise up to the surface of the water. In the like dark night, the starlight just barely illuminating the kind of wreckage as the dragonfly lifts away up into like the above the kind of cloud, the fog cover clinging to the water. And we see the like humanoid silhouettes of some creatures climbing off of the sharks, like swimming to the rubble, peering up into the night sky, pointing with spears and tridents and various implements of destruction, oh my, towards your fleeing insectoid ship.
Okay.
Well,
So the 5 of you have a beat. You're all in the back if you want to just,
We'll have to
Oh
go
my
back.
god, it's
but-
Rish gone?
What about Rish?
We'll
Forget
Rish.
have to circle back. We'll
He was
circle
Forget him.
back
go.
in the
He was going to
morning.
meet us back there in
he's
the
not
cave.
going to be here until tomorrow.
Yeah,
We're
we
fine.
have
I've,
to-
I've
Forget
been in a
Rish.
lot of meetings, and when people say they're going to circle back to something, they don't usually mean it.
Well, we made the plan to meet him in a day, so
That might be tough with all those sharks down
Is it that day today?
No, we haven't been down there for a day.
Oh, we.
I say we leave. We leave. We fly away.
Yeah,
Forget this
no.
ever
we
happened.
should go to
You get far enough away, we'll forget it. We'll never think about it again.
We need
No, no,
to
no, no, no.
like.
Yeah.
we should go to
Totomi?
Totomi. Yeah.
Just
Can
attempting to run away from your problems does not solve them.
How far is it from
But if you
to
run far
Totomi?
enough away, like you don't have to deal with them, though, right?
Well, we can't just leave Rish. Like,
2 to 3 hours from what Reese
Yeah,
said.
so we could go to Totomi and then come up with a plan there, and then make sure that we can connect with Reese before he meets the sharks.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't want to leave him to get ambushed.
I'm
yeah,
not saying that we want to leave him.
We shouldn't.
but we're
leave
not
to
going
get
to.
ambushed.
The thing is, we have no idea where he is right now. I mean, you want to go fight those guys down there? Is that they're sending reinforcements?
No, absolutely
We
not.
definitely need to warn them about that.
If they believe that we have left, perhaps they will disperse by the time that Rish returns.
Yeah.
And we have no means of contacting him, of letting him know that there's risk. Am I correct? I'm
Yeah,
happy to be
they know
proven
we have-
incorrect.
They know we have the orb, so we should lure them somewhere else.
And that
Yeah,
is my concern. You said that they were going to seek vengeance for us taking the orb.
Oh yeah, they said orb. Yeah. Reinforcements.
Oh God.
So many bad words.
No. Okay.
We find Rish. We fly away. Rish comes with us. Everyone.
Where
wins.
is he? How do we know where to go get him?
We just keep
Yeah,
flying
I
around.
mean, we
like
know
look-
where he's gonna meet
Fly
us
around
tomorrow.
anywhere on a
Yeah.
planet we don't know.
Yeah.
Just keep flying around. He also could
Yeah.
also be underwater. So
He's not a lost cat. We can't just go around saying Rish.
We know exactly where he's going to be
Not with that
tomorrow.
attitude.
Yeah,
So
so we should get
we
these
pick him
guys-
up.
Yeah,
I am skilled enough. We could just scoop right down and grab him quick.
Swoop in, swoop out.
Yeah.
Classic
Perhaps.
swoop and swoop out. Bank, hard bank left.
Oh, I hope he wrote all that down.
Perhaps we clear the area now in a very conspicuous way that would make it clear that we are not around here anymore, and then return sometime before Rish is meant to be here in order to ensure that he is not ambushed.
Tight 8-hour nap.
We did just sleep.
We've been up for like an hour.
That took a lot out of me. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it took a little bit out of me.
You
We
didn't
will
even
have the
get
opportunity
hit.
to sleep before we come back. I
It
should
spiked
think.
my anxiety. Something here.
Yeah.
That is not something to ignore.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that with this discussion, Cavalier at play, we will have to revisit it and see where the crew lands.
Fades out while we're all arguing over like what to do.
Yeah, I think that we like fade to credits as like the five of you are in the back and like, you know, Jake is just standing there like, I could nap, you know. And he's like, I could have swarming around him, you know, like Jeffrey at one of the windows peering sadly down at the water as you guys
Yes.
like lift
Yeah,
off, pulling away from it, right? And that's where we leave our adventurers this week.
Incredible.
We'll meet
Yeah,
you
that was
again,
fun.
Jeffrey.
Super fun.
See you again.
Phases. It just kept coming and coming and coming. Oof.
Yep, there was a decent amount in there. You guys did really well. That
Yeah,
could
that
have
was
been a
great.
rougher fight.
That was not
Yeah.
that bad. I mean, I did
Yeah.
like go down, but it was very, very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
Ray.
took 20 points of damage before anything else happened, but
Yep.
but after
That's
that,
good.
it's fine.
Yeah, right. It's fine.
I know a lot of dungeon masters that like strongly advocate for stop rolling hit points when the characters hit 6th level, and like keep everybody trapped at somewhere in a range of like that like 20 to 50 hit points, and like the whole rest of the game feels more exciting and more dynamic because like
But
it's
you-
so easy to die.
You're not one of those DMs, though, right?
No,
Right.
no, I want you
You're
guys to have
producing
like
a show.
tons
You don't
of
want to
hit
kill all the
points.
series, right?
No, I don't want to kill
Yeah,
anybody.
TPK
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
is boring. You know, it's too much.
Yeah,
It's too much.
I like.
So boring.
I love lots of hit points. That
Just
like
make
really
them all
lets me, like-
unconscious in different combinations at different periods of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm going
That's
for.
the move.
You know,
I
Yeah,
had
I
that.
just want
I
you
had that
scared.
silence spell planned, and then he showed up obviously out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
good. Actually, I mean, will sound weird out of context. It's good that Lux went down and I switched my game plan. Otherwise, I think I would have cast silence on it and would have done nothing. It's already used. Yeah.
Probably because
Yeah.
it had used a psychic scream on that first round that it wasn't going to scream again. It's very interesting. I feel like, you know, we're in that like learning curve point of like you guys are all getting accustomed to new characters and you're getting accustomed to each other, right? And like what your different strengths and weaknesses are. What can we do? How do we do it? How do we approach this kind of stuff? Like, yeah, I don't know. But I definitely had fun tonight. I hope that was fun for
Oh,
you.
it's a
guys.
blast.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
great.
good.
Yeah. Cool.
I cannot
right.
tell you how many of my spells have the phrase that you can see in it. So, you
Oh,
know,
it's so
Yeah.
frustrating.
future reference.
Yes.
Ow.
Yep.
Well, you guys did kick his ass. He had 1 hit point after the inflict wounds grace. And then his turn was next, and he was going to disengage and run. And so the choppers hit, like, saved the day. Because he would have, like, disengaged, run down those stairs, and, like, swam away with his orb and his scrolls and all of his cool stuff. And that would have been annoying.
Chompers.
Yep.
Chompers seems to always get the last
battle
blow.
axe.
Yeah, Chompers is
Chompers was
beastly.
clutch. Yeah.
Yeah, Chompers is, like, the unspoken
Spectrally beast,
champion.
of course.
Yeah.
The battle
Um,
axe. What's up with the battle axe?
Yeah, and the spell
I don't
scrolls,
know.
please.
Yeah.
Por favor.
Yep, battle axe, spell scrolls, an orb. There's a ton of stuff. There's a trident. It's
And I'm
definitely
very
not a
much
trident of
holding.
fish command. Yeah. We shall see next time on Dragonfly. For tonight, we will say goodbye. What's going on with everybody? Josh Wigler, what do you got going on? What do you want to tell the people in the world?
Nothing.
I'm the badman. Here I play the badman. We have a great time on the Space Dragons. We're doing other Dungeons and Dragons shenanigans in the Post Show Recaps patron program. War. It's the month of war against they. Many mighty battles seem to be occurring. Taylor and I were in the terrible swarm fields of Thay at the mercy of Rich
Who
and
did that
Zed.
to you? Yeah.
Not terribly long ago. We survived, but oh my gosh. Much rage was unleashed.
Enrage.
Yeah.
Favorite thing.
Branded hashtag it down.
Hashtag.
It was legendary. So that's great. If you're enjoying any of this stuff and you want to play Dungeons and Dragons with us in our sprawling campaign where some of us on this call are DMs, but all of us at least are players, you can play alongside us. The patreon.com/post show recaps would be the way to do that. As for other podcast pursuits, there are many happening in the post show recaps land. But another podcast adventure that I am a part of has recently launched, and I shall leave it to my friend Brooklyn Zed to tell what that is all about.
Brooklyn Zed, what is that all about?
What is that all about? Mole Patrol. We're looking for clues.
Mole Patrol.
Yeah, surprise! Mole Patrol is back.
Really
if you paid
interesting.
any attention to
really
me on this
interesting.
stream in the last week, we have been not so subtly dropping very interesting hints.
Pretty interesting
about this
clues,
Very
yeah.
interesting circumstance. The Mole is on Netflix. You can go watch it. And I and Josh Bigler and Jessica Leese are podcasting about it. Season 2 of Mole Patrol. It's here. It dropped this morning about 4 hours after we finished recording the podcast in the middle of the night. I woke up to Twitter going nuts. It's been a crazy time. People are excited. Come chat with us about it. That's in the Reality TV Wrap-Ups feed. Josh and I also podcast about Final Fantasy over on Post Show Recaps. That's about it. I'm here. This is where you can find me. I'm Hard Rock Hope on the internet. And Andrew Yang just conceded the New York City mayor's race. He's not going to be our mayor, and I'm so excited about it.
I saw that. So
Many
dope.
victories for you two tonight. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
We're not out of the woods yet, but I'm very excited that he's not going to be our
Cool. Grace, how about you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Hi From Grace. Check out the Whole Up podcast where we look at LGBTQ media from the past and see if it holds up. We had Felipe, you might know, maybe, from Discord on to talk about
Felipe.
One Day at a Time. So the newest thing we've watched, but a show from 2017, but checked it out. That was very fun. That's about it.
Awesome. Cool. Troy, how about you? You got anything good you want to tell the world this week?
Yeah, I do. I don't have anything to promote for myself, but I will say subscribe to DM Philly. It's always appreciated.
Yeah,
you get a free
please.
subscription if you're an Amazon Prime member, and it costs you nothing, and it helps out the stream. So do that.
It does.
Also, I will say the best thing that I listened to this week was a recap of the FX miniseries Pride on the post show recaps done by Zed and Grace.
Less than a week ago, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
probably
right.
keep promoting that.
That's right. And Matt Scott. And it was a phenomenal listen. Even if you haven't seen the miniseries, which I didn't get a chance to, but just getting to hear everyone's, it's a lot. But getting to hear a combination of review and perspective, personal experience, is really phenomenal, especially this month. Happy Pride, everyone. So definitely go check that out. I know that, I think everyone tweeted about it, so you can check out their Twitters and listen to that. I really encourage it.
Hell yeah.
Generally,
I
just
support
be awesome and spread love and do all the great things. It's summer, and enjoy that as best you can.
Indeed. I fully concur with all those sentiments. Very well said, as usual. Taylor, what about you?
Rania422 on Twitter. Go check out twitch.tv/Rania422. Follow me over there. I'm playing Dragon Age every Thursday. We're having a great time. It's wonderful. We're just starting out, so we're just baby adventurers, but it's gonna get complicated real soon. So yeah, come give me a follow, check out over there, and yeah.
Awesome.
That's
You
about it.
should follow Taylor on Twitter, on Twitch, all the stuff. She's doing good stuff. Freelance graphic design. If you need anyone, you should hire her. I am Rich Filiberto. You guys know me. It's DM Philly. Kick me that Amazon Prime sub if you have it sitting there. Please
Take
feel
their
free to go
money.
to
Do we
your
just, like,
cousins
hand
and
it? Do we have
uncles
to
and
kick it?
grandparents. No, you can hand it. You could just push it right over to
Like
me.
Gaga.
Pop it.
Yeah. You could release it
Spin
to
it.
me
No.
if you would like. You could release your Amazon Prime above me if you
Rich
wanted
now
to
knowing what
do
it's like to
that.
lose followers in the middle of
Yes,
this.
exactly. Watching the
Look for
numbers
that one.
plummet.
That's fun.
Thank you, everybody who came and hung out with us tonight. It's always nice to see friends in the chat talking to us and laughing with us and having a good time. It's fun to know that like people are having fun with us while we do all this crazy stuff. We may well be back this weekend with a couple of the faces that are right here doing a surprise live stream. That's a very real possibility. We shall see what happens on Sunday. To that end, keep an eye on my Twitter and this channel, and you'll see what's happening next. And with that all being said,
You got something in your eye there, Josh?
yeah.
Yeah, you got what's going on?
I feel like he's about to puke up a cat. With that, I say to all of you, thank you for hanging out. I hope everybody's doing well out there. Have yourselves an excellent night and a good week. We will be back again. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.